Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is fucking talking shit with Eagle, episode 339.5, the wormhole. Hopefully, you guys are on your way back or getting this a notification to let you know things are a popping again. hopefully, hopefully, we'll get a few of you back. Had a great crowd tonight, man. Over 100 people tuned in to watch what I thought was a pretty great episode, and hopefully you did it as well. Redpill, what's up? First one in chat. Man, I can't help but think it's a little weird that yesterday we had some communication with the Google mods again out of nowhere. And it just so happens that the resurgence of the Google mods is at the same point where I no longer have to start chat. So is it that Google mods are starting the chat and not me? I don't know. Definitely curious. Green 13, B4P Funk. How you guys doing? And welcome to be the first amongst the show. What is up, Sunrise Grow T Barrington? Welcome. Get Red Pill popping in.
What's up?
What's up, Red Pill?
Nothing much. Just popping in. Saw that you went live as soon as I came back to my phone and checked YouTube.
So, what are your thoughts on the Google thing? I don't think it's any coincidence, to be honest with you. For the last, I want to say close to a month, I've had to go in and start chat, say basically hello something. I think it's my Google or YouTube's way of making me sign responsibility. And then all of a sudden, I've noticed throughout that time period, there's been one or two nights that I haven't had to start the chat. And I never really noticed or put any thought into it until last night when I didn't have to start chat. I thought that was weird. Anyway, I was speaking with the guests and I was like, oh, hold on, I gotta get chat going. And then as I was reaching over for the keyboard to say hello to everybody, I noticed that chat was already popping off without me. And I just kind of went, oh, okay, cool. And then as the night progressed, I watched people bitch about the Google mods deleting their comments as they were posted. And I thought, did Google mods start the chat tonight and then you make everything workable and now they're watching over things? I just thought it was kind of coincidental that, you know, the night that I didn't start chat was the nights that Google
Would
mods were
I be able to
deleting
see that on
comments.
my end, or is that just something you see?
No, you see it on your end. If you say something that they don't like, your comment will say deleted
Oh,
by Google mods.
I don't think I had that yet. That's crazy. It's
Oh
the
yeah.
first time I heard about it too. I mean, I know usually it's left up to either you or the people that you give a wrench to. I didn't know there's shadow mods or whatever you want to call them, ninja mods.
Yeah, yeah, they just it's the funniest thing too because like I've stated, there's nights where they're obviously not present because we're having the same conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's nights where Google mods are taking out comments with the same keywords. You know what I mean? And it's usually like a swear word or something like that, but they're definitely smacking down comments from time to time.
I wonder what triggers that.
Greetings,
Or maybe you're
gentlemen.
Good
making
evening, Bingus.
you're making that big of a wave. Sorry, Bingus.
Shit. I could only hope, Redpill. I could only hope.
How you guys doing?
How you doing in this evening, Bingus?
Doing great, sir. Great episode. Really enjoyed it. I get just as much fun out of your chat room as I do the episodes. It's becoming one of my favorite places to hang out. Obviously, here I am.
I appreciate that. I know I enjoy having you around, and the community obviously likes to have you around as well. So thank you for being a part of things.
Honored. Seriously. You're on to something, sir. And actually, you're getting better at it too, which I watched you tonight. I was like, yeah, don't give me the humble shit. You are getting better at what you're doing because, dude, you've been doing it now for what, almost a fucking year, right?
Yeah, March 25th will be a year. I can't believe. I was thinking that as I was uploading the episode to Spotify, because I have to put seasons. They ask, is this a season and number? And I'm thinking, my God, I'm coming up on what I'm gonna call season 2 real quick. I can't believe that I'll be having what I would call a season 2.
Chetter Bob, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Bingus, Eagle, how's it going? Redpill.
What's up?
Dude, what a show
Chetter
tonight.
Bob?
What a show.
Thanks, man.
That was
Josh is super great guy.
Listening to him talk is so much fun. Just the way he talks about stuff is so cool. Easy to understand. He doesn't get like super scientific. He just lays it out for the layman to understand and put a picture inside their head. It's pretty awesome.
Your daughter is cracking me up.
Lexi is definitely a Bingus fan, to be honest.
She's a great person. I saw her live with you the other night. I thought that was awesome. I am not 24. I am 66, and I wish I was 20. I wish I was 49. I really do.
It's just a state of mind, Bingus. It's all
It is.
state
Now,
of mind.
in my
you want to
mind,
be 49.
well, in my mind, I am 24.
There you go. That's even better. That's even better.
God, wouldn't it be great to go back to 24 and carry the knowledge that you have now? I'd be bloody dangerous, man.
And make all the same mistakes.
Only a little more unique, right? Because you'd have a little more knowledge on how to really fuck it up.
Yeah, I'd make them bigger.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't be who I am.
There you go, man. Me either, quite frankly. I think about it, though,
What you said about knowledge makes me think, and where I can be at if I get to 66 someday.
Redpill, I gotta tell you, you're absolutely right about my attempt at doing 3 different projects at once.
Yeah.
It's a mess already.
Mm-hmm.
But one of them is going to turn out real well. And it's not the one with the 2 males. That turned into a zoo. I had pollen coming out of it. You wouldn't believe it. It was amazing. And anyway, you're right. I thought I had the room. I thought I had the capability. I will be making some regular seeds, though. Because, dude, this hog that I have, I don't know if you guys ever know. Look it up. It was 2002 High Times Cup of the Year. Beautiful plant. So I'm just like, man, I can't wait. Whatever seeds I get, I'm just like, let's do it. But I wanted to make note because I kind of argued with you a little bit that night, and you were right. So
I don't know. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get anything good out of it. That's definitely what it doesn't mean.
Actually.
Right.
I think because it screwed up, actually.
Right. My whole thing is, when I thought about it later, I did think maybe a more organized way to do that is if you did collect the pollen and then did hand pollination and labeled which branches you did those hand pollinations on.
Dude, fucking God, what are we brain melding? Because that's exactly what I should have done.
Branches.
Yeah.
That's what I normally do. I don't know what.
It's being 66.
Yeah, man. Exactly.
What's up, boys?
Hey,
Howdy.
Going home.
Wrong screen. Sgt Pepper.
Not much. Just doing some cuts, getting some transplants done, feeding some clones. You know the game.
Repeat. It's awesome. Yeah, great episode tonight. Great chat room. A lot of fun. And then we get the wormhole. I mean, then we get the surprise at the end. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I like to be funny and just like purposely fuck up the title just for funsies sake. The other night it was what the fuck? Let's see what's in the wormhole. Tonight I was like this close from making it the wormhole. The wormhole.
Worm home, motherfucker.
Worm fucking hole.
Of course, we're not politically correct, but that wouldn't be politically correct.
That was funny when he was trying to do the ending there. He kept saying like, oh.
Managing the time delays is really hard. It can be.
Yeah.
Let's see, we did it. We just did it there.
So how'd you score Steensland and Jodry in the same week?
Well, that's just pure luck, yeah, I guess. Steensland I was working on all through February, and it just worked out. He ended up being in March. Jodry's been on the program before, and I guess I hate direct on the air questions because I don't like to bullshit people. I try to be as truthful as I can.
The stars aligned.
So yeah, I guess you could leave it at that. Stars aligned. I'll just leave it at that.
There you go.
So yeah, but Jodry's not gonna be here. Me and him are going to GR 420 community video over there to do the episode. They've been trying to coach me. Well, fuck it. This is how it works out. GMO was speaking with me offline and about guests, and he suggested a couple of guests for me, and I was like, them are good leads, and I went and DM'd him, and they jumped right on it, and he was like, "Fuck, I've been asking them for like a year," and I was like, "Rats, I feel bad now." I kind of like felt like I kind of like rubbed it in, you know what I mean? Got back and rubbed it in. So I said, "All right, I got you. And he's been asking me to be on for quite some time. They've been asking me to come on for quite some time. But I don't really like to go on other people's show. I've been quite adamant about this from the beginning, that I'm not on necessarily to go on and make myself a name and beat my own drum. So I'm not looking to go on and do other shows necessarily. So I said no. I've said no to a lot of people coming on. You know, Embracing Organics, it was a few tries before I went on there. So I said no, I said no, I said no. And then that incident happened there, and I kind of felt bad that I kind of replied that they said they'd come on my show and they would, So I was like, all right, I got you. So I went and I contacted Kevin Jodry on the behalf of Community Videos to hook them up with a good guest, a really good guest. And Mr. Jodry got back with me and he says, I'd be happy to do that. He's like,
I'll
but
be happy.
he threw me the curveball. He's like, yeah, I'll be happy to go over there and be a part of the UK thing. He's like, are you gonna be a part of it? Are you gonna be part of the show? And I was like, yes, if you want me to be. So I kind of they got a twofer. Basically, they got a twofer. I didn't have plans to come on, but I agreed to come on. So I'm going over there with Mr. Kevin Jodry and kind of a double up episode. But to be honest with you, I looked at it this way too. I get to go on and save face a little bit with the good folks over there at the GR420 community video, but I'm going with Jodry. So, who the fuck wants to hear me when Jodry's in the show? You know what I mean? So basically, I look at it this way. I get to live up to my responsibility and fucking show up, but I'm going to probably just be hanging in the background, trying to get Mr. Jodry to talk. So, it is what it is. That's the truth. That's how it happened there, Chetter.
Worked out.
That's awesome.
So I'm looking forward to it though. Either way,
It'll
it's an honor to be asked to
it'll
go
be
on a UK show. Shit. I mean, cut you off there, Chetter.
What's that?
I said I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no worries. I'm just watching my cover crop grow.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
So you guys ever had one of your heroes? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut anybody off, but I just want to say this while I still got the floor. Have you guys ever had one of your heroes, like growing up or doing anything you're passionate about, just somebody you really respect, get a little bit older, and then hear him talk about something and it's completely outdated, and and it's not even this is an older person because they're not much older than you, but you hear him speak and you're heartbroken because you know that they should just hang their hat. You guys ever had that experience?
Yeah, and it's not just growing. Like I grew up doing martial arts, and so I always looked up to these people as martial artists.
Right.
And now that I'm older, to hear some of the views that some of these people carry, it breaks my heart from what I thought of these people when I was younger that I looked up to, So I can relate to that in another area besides perhaps cannabis.
No, I feel you on that too, because I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for about 5.5, almost 6 years. And I also did Muay Thai for about 1.5 years. And, I remember when UFC, and now I'm showing a sign of fucking age when I say this. I remember when UFC and when I was a kid, there was no fucking rules. There weren't people going in there like in rash guards, or everybody just went in like either a gi, boxing gloves. Like there were no rules. And then, you watch UFC now compared to what it was then. And the sport has completely evolved. The sport, first of all, fighters have gotten better. Speed has gotten better. The commentary's the shit. especially Joe Rogan, because he's a bad motherfucker and he's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So when he commentates, it's pretty fucking accurate, you know. And plus, I love Joe Rogan, so there's that. But I agree with you because, you know, I'll never forget the first time I saw Anderson Silva get fucking tapped. I wanted to cry because I thought he was like unbeatable, man. But I will say, I don't care what anybody says when I make this comment. I know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu isn't the best martial art. It's definitely the top 3, but that's the only martial art that saved his ass against Channel Sonnen. Because if you wouldn't have armbarred his ass or triangle choked him, he would have been fucked because he was getting beat for 4 rounds.
Yeah. That was the end of Anderson Silva. And I had the same thing about him when he broke his leg, when he tried to kick and broke his leg.
Oh no, that shit was so sad. It looked like Jello, bro. It was like, bow, bow, bow.
Dude, that sucks when you go to break someone else's leg and your leg breaks. You're like, oh shit.
Do you think that a lot of these older gentlemen, kind of like myself, that they
was that directed at bingus?
No, dude, that was directed at somebody who I will never say publicly, but I will just say I was heartbroken when I heard them talk about lighting. Anyways, move forward.
No, I'm just joking. Actually, I know what you're talking about. But listen,
I know you know what I'm talking about. I just won't say that publicly because I'll have about 50,000 people saying, "What are you fucking crazy?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not crazy. I speak facts." But anyways, move forward.
with the UFC, do you think that by chance that some of these guys burn through their money and then they go, "Fuck it"?
What money?
Yeah, they say, "All right, I know I'm going to lose here." Chuck Liddell. I don't want to mention any names.
Tim Sylvia.
You know,
Tim Sylvia lives about 20 miles away from me. He used to bounce at a bar in my hometown, and he's got a little bit of money, but not as much as you'd think for being a heavyweight champion in the UFC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially during like the building block years of it.
Yeah,
you know,
so, I mean, when you get older, you realize, I'm still pretty tough, and I can take a punch or two. For a few $1 million, make my life a little easier in retirement. Let's go in there, and then the shit happens, and
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like getting punched in the face.
Me either, dude. I
don't like getting punched in the face either, but I'll tell you right now, you punch me in the face for not even $1 million. You punch me in the face for 10 grand. Let's fucking do it, bro.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, Sarge. I'd almost say yes to that because I've been punched in the face and I can take one. You know what I mean?
I'm not an Everlast bag, but I'll tell you now, you start throwing some money on the table, I'll start looking more and more fucking red by every punch.
Anyway, that's funny. Yeah. Anyway, I like to respect my elders just like I like to respect women and all humans of all ages, to be quite frank. But it is sad sometimes when you see it's not just boxing, like Cheddar Bob was saying, it's other aspects of life too, where you go, dude, fucking get into the 21st century. I mean, people my age, for example, with computers, I just kind of like, I've been working on a computer for, God, I don't know, over 20 years. I'm pretty good on one, right? But my buddy, and I go fucking nuts. He goes, come on, Bingus, help me with this. I'm like, okay, go here, do that. And he fucks it up. And I mean, after the 5th time, I'm like, dude,
This is why I don't have any.
Bingus, I'll tell you something right now. I don't usually share this publicly, but I'm going to share it publicly right now. I used to work for Apple. And I've met some of the smartest people in the world that are like just incredibly intelligent engineers, architects, incredibly intelligent people in the world. Can't remember their fucking password to save their life, bro. And then they're like, well, what do you mean it doesn't remember? I'm like, that means that nobody's following you. Nobody's watching you. You don't remember what the fucking password was. You locked yourself out. You mean to tell me you can get a Pulitzer Prize, but you can't remember your fucking password, bro? But it happens. It happens.
The guy talking about password, he's putting in a password, right? And nowadays you have to make a fairly decent password. You can't just put in letters, right?
Yeah.
Like the password and it says it's not right. I'm like, what do you mean it's not? So I have to, you know, and I'm trying to do this virtually, right? I'm like, fuck, man.
I love when people say that. What do you mean it's not right? Hold on, wait. The computer knows that it's going to piss you off. So it's purposely saying that you're wrong, even though you're right. What are you, fucking crazy, bro? Yeah, you fucked up. Put in another password, bro.
Oh, man.
How about
that
that?
shit's hilarious.
How about that guy that's on his last chance on his password for that Bitcoin? Oh man, what is it, like $28 million worth of Bitcoin or something on this?
Remember his password?
Yeah, he can't remember it.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. That shit is sad. I'll tell you now, if I had that much money at stake, bro, this may sound childish, but you make a fucking password you're never going to forget. Like a childhood house that you grew up on. Why? Because it's got letters. It's got capitalized letters. It's got numbers. It's also got special characters. What does that mean? Oh, wait, you mean to tell me 8 items and every single one's kind of different and it's something I'm never going to forget? Come on, man. A fucking street address? You can't remember a street address? I don't give a shit. Make your kid's first name something. Something.
Funny. Dude, you guys make me laugh. I love it. Thank you.
That was my goal. I just love talking shit with Eagle.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But yeah, Eagle, you're getting good, man. I want to finish that. You're getting real good at it's an art to hang back, man. Because just like me, I'm always, you know, I talk too much. I'm always wanting to get my point across. And mainly it's because I'm fucking a stoner and I got short-term memory loss. So it's like I want to interrupt somebody while I'm thinking about it just so I can get it out, you know.
Yeah.
It's very rude to do that shit, you know. But Eagle hangs back and I watch him, he's waiting, that guy. Then that guy takes that deep breath where, you know, sooner or later, guy's got to fucking breathe, right? And Eagle jumps right in and give me the lowdown, you know. And I'm just saying, dude, you really, because people are sick of the mainstream, I guess you could call it, interviewers or the fucking gross shows that sit there with the same panelists every fucking time and answer the same questions over and over and over. You know what I mean? There's no personality to it. Whereas like with the guys that interview, I know Cheddar Bob. I feel like he's my neighbor. You know what I mean? And Redpill, I know him way better. And of course you and everybody that you interchange with here. And that's why when Medi Cropper, I think it was up here the other night, he was in the chat room and and I said, great interview. He said, it's the most fun on an interview that I've ever had. Hello. Mm-hmm. Right. So everybody says that. Joshua, second timer coming in. So maintain the bald-headed humbleness, my friend.
Well, the thing is, when you go on Eagle's show, it's not like he interviews you like the fucking National Enquirer. He interviews you like, hey, you know what? Let's hear your story. How did you start this journey of cannabis? And he's sitting there smoking a joint, and occasionally he cracks a joke here and there, and he does hang back, and he listens, and that's why he's good at interviewing. But it's not all like stuck up like some other shows. And don't get me wrong, there is some good data that comes on the show. So it's not like it's not a good data show, but it's one of those shows where it's not so uptight. It's not like, no, 37 micromoles per joule. You know what I mean, though? Like, it's chill here.
You put it way better than I did. You're right. You did. Because, yeah, there is a lot of important shit. I learned a lot tonight. Fuck, you know? I mean, let's be honest.
But it's not a classroom format, you know what? It's like, it's just people talking. It's not.
When he goes, I lost my train of thought there. Geez, I don't normally smoke like this. He starts apologizing. It's like, dude, that's the best part of the interview is when you do forget what you were saying, because then we feel like we know you. You know what I mean? It's like, gee, that happens to me all the time.
I'll tell you right now, whenever we do lives for science, no matter what, I don't really care. I know I just started that job, but I'm smoking a bowl every time we go live. And I always laugh because my boss fucking chuckles and is like, God, I'm jealous of you right now, Sergeant. I'm like, oh, I'm not in the office.
Well, I think that a lot of that, when like Josh tonight and a lot of some of these others guests, that when they come on, they've been on so many shows and they've beat that drum, that classroom drum so many times. I think when they get on here and they see that, I don't have that itinerary list where I'm like, okay, now this. They're like, wait a minute. I get the night off and I get to, just breathe. This is refreshing. I think once I get that, I ain't got to, just beat that same drum. I think that has a lot to do with, the funness of the episodes for them. I find if you start off with that, this is what I don't want that. And then if you do want to go into it later on, at that point, they're happy to talk about it. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't, the first thing you wanted to get off them. I think a lot of times some of these guys almost feel like used. You know what I mean? For the information, like that's all you wanted from me was like fucking an answer. And that's all I am was, a source. I think some people get standoffish about that. I am, more about more things than just that, and these guests are more than just cannabis and other things too. And I think at some point they like to let a little bit of that out, like tonight with the ammo thing with Josh, the guns. Again with Matthew Gates. I didn't know that about him, but when I, kind of opened that door in both cases, it's like, really? Yes, I do like guns. Let me tell you about that shit. You know what I mean?
That was awesome, actually.
I could have saw it coming, when he said with the whole Marine thing, and I could see that coming with him, but the Matthew Gates thing, that totally tripped me out.
Gates is a veteran. He was in the military.
Okay, I never watched his interview. Sorry.
Yep.
Well, then that doesn't surprise me as much. Then you know what I mean. I didn't know that before.
Even in the interview, he briefly touches on that subject of the military background. He kind of just lightly skims over it. But if you weren't to see that episode, you're right. You would have never guessed that about him. I would have never guessed. I mean, how do you go from insects to guns? That's quite the distance from one to the other, And
that's what I mean. When I'm watching a IPM thing on Future Cannabis thing, I don't think that ever got brought up.
So you're doing the brush trim. That's cool.
Yeah, this is the trim brush. This stuff's actually might be quite not dry enough. So just a little rough trim. But
that little cannon brush thing?
Yeah, the cannon brush, yep.
Right on.
It works really well. I like it a lot better than scissors for just a rough trim. You got to make sure your flour's dry enough. I'm a dry trimmer, so
right.
Pretty easy for me. You can't do it wet trimming, but if you're looking for a less expensive way to do it, you can go buy like the pastry brushes, egg wash brushes and stuff, and cut them at a 45-degree angle. Then you have some that are a little bit more stiff down here to catch, and works really well. long as it's dry.
Because it's silicone, can you freeze that thing and like maybe get some of that resin off that brush? Maybe a quick flip after it freezes.
Yeah,
Good question.
it actually hardens up pretty quick just on the silicone, so you can kind of just crumble it right off it.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a great question.
Yeah.
It does.
Sorry.
It doesn't get like that sticky, heated up mess like on scissors, you know, from the constant motion and friction moving it back and forth, the crystals. So you're constantly getting it gummed up and stuff and then catching more trichomes. This is just
that's a plus because I really appreciate my scissor hash. If I could, reclaim it with the brush like that, that'd be all right.
yeah. I mean,
But I guess it's actually a different hash though, I would think.
Yeah, it's really
Because
not. Really not even scissor. It's not even close to scissor hash. It's more like dry sit.
I like that's one of the benefits that I do enjoy about the wet trim is more of the like that char ass scissor hash, the live hash, the spoils from that. It's always nice.
Yeah, that finger hash is nice when you're wet trimming, that's for sure. It's been a minute since I've done it, but even when you're harvesting, you still get a little bit on your fingers. And I know I heard you say scissor hash, but very similar, especially just any hash you get like there. You get those fresh herbs and you let it dry overnight and come the next morning, you're exhausted, but you roll one up, then you got some fresh fucking hash that's dried there waiting for you. At least if you leave it in the room drying anyways. I usually try to dry it as quickly as possible because I love that hash inside my joint. I think it adds a nice terpene profile to it, that's for sure.
You got to do the Filippelli. You know
What's
the
that?
Filippelli?
What's that, bro? Please tell me.
So Miles Filippelli, he's got weed should taste good, and he does the fermented plant extracts for Buildus oil.
Okay, cool.
So I nicknamed the way he does his joints. So he'll roll a big fat joint, and then he'll take his flowers, and he'll actually roll the joint on his nice, beautiful flowers. And so I've dubbed that the Filippelli. You know, it gets all those nice oily terpenes all over it. He just kind of lets it dry for a second.
Shit, you should call that an old-fashioned joint, man. That reminds me, because I was a bartender for a very long time. That reminds me of like almost like when you make an old-fashioned, and there's two different variations of it. Somebody will sit there and call a cobbler an old-fashioned, but that's not an old-fashioned. A real old-fashioned is when you grab just the orange rind, which has all the oils from the actual citrus, and you actually rub that around the rim of the glass, and then you flip it backwards. So this way, when you break the oils on the actual skin, it sprays and it becomes aromatic on the top of the cocktail. So every time you take a sip, you get a nice whiff of that orange citrus, and then you'll get the bourbon on the back end with the bitters.
That's what the twist is meant for in a martini.
Yep, the exact same thing. Those beautiful, wonderful oils that nobody realizes. So many jackasses just sit there and cut the rind off of a lemon wedge. That's not the right way. It's definitely that rind off the lemon. It's just those oils are so precious, but I guess that's on everything, right?
Yeah.
Terpenes, essential oils and terpenes.
Save the terps.
So Mr. Bingus wants to give away wants to make somebody's night with a 6-pack of the Blue Mile. I think somebody would be honored to get a pack of those Bingus.
It's a way to liven the night up, huh?
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, we got we got the old school, and we got the regular people hanging with us tonight, and I think those are the guys and girls that need to be blessed, you know. So I got a 6-pack, and I don't know how you want to do it, but go ahead.
I think I've always thought the number thing has been the most fair. be honest with you.
Ooh.
So I think fuck, a 1 in 4 odds is pretty good. That's a fair fucking chance, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, that's
Plus,
what
there are 4 people watching.
yeah.
No, there's not 4 people watching. Well, but basically, what I do, Cheddar Bob, is say there's 50. Well, damn, every time I go to say that number, it always changes to something a little more difficult. Just as I say it again, it just went up again. I usually go 4 times the number. So, damn, now I actually 55 would have been what? 4
Now
220.
we're gonna do this.
Now it's what? 316, 336, right? Or 236?
If we're gonna do
4 times whatever is in chat. That's how I
250?
get the 1 in 4.
1 through 250. That'd be good.
all right.
That works for me.
Now, if everybody in chat would do me a quick favor and hit the thumbs up, please. All right.
You know, I'll say this. I've been watching this show forever, and I feel privileged to be part of the panel every now and then. And, everybody that's come on this show should always throw a thumbs up. Like, that's kind of like one of the first things I do in the first 5 minutes, because even if someone doesn't show up, like, to be interviewed, tell me you don't have fun on the rabbit hole. Because if you don't, what the fuck you doing here right now, you liar? You know what I mean, though? Like, I'm just trying to keep it real. Sorry if I'm cursing too much. I had a couple of beverages. I apologize.
Mm-hmm. Are you drinking old fashions?
Yeah. No, but fuck, I love them. Can you tell the way I described it?
Yeah. Sure.
It's my cocktail of choice if I'm gonna have a mixed drink.
He's
Awesome.
the bourbon guy.
Hey, what would you do if you like something like cherry, but you don't want to have that, fucking kitty cocktail Roy Rogers bullshit?
So if you like cherry and you don't want to have that Roy Rogers type of bullshit, something I would really recommend is look up a cherry liqueur that's called Luxardo cherry liqueur. It's actually imported from Italy. It's quite tasty. Usually when you get cherries, you'll get either like that bullshit maraschino cherry that's red that everybody gets on a fucking Sundae, which is not a real area, or you'll get a real cherry. But maraschino cherries, the difference with those is they are a cured cherry the way, a Luxardo cherry is cured just like a maraschino is, but it's almost like a jam glaze. These things just sit in, and it's pretty much diabetes in a jar soaked in cherries. It's fucking delightful. But if you get a chance, get that liqueur. And it's funny because this is my name, but there was a bar that I worked at, and the reason I used the name Sgt Pepper is we had this cocktail called Sgt Pepper's Remix that I came up with, and what it was Luxardo cherry liqueur, Basil Hayden, Angostura bitters, sugar in the raw, as well as fresh rosemary, which every time I say rosemary, people are like, wait, what the fuck? It's actually delightful because you get those nice aromatic scents. And then when you get a hint of the pepper right in the front nose, oh man, that shit's slamming, bro. And if anybody makes fun of you for that drink, you have them give me a call.
I was just gonna say you should order a White Claw.
Ain't no laws when you drinking claws, baby.
All right. Well, I'm not going to wait for them thumbs up. I've never been about them thumbs up. I actually took some pride in telling Ken and Minx that I've never done that. I've never fucking tried the subscribe, please hit that thumbs up. You can watch out of all 300 some episodes. I think I did it on one episode where I was like, please like it, subscribe, and hit that thumbs up. And I felt like a YouTube whore, and I never did it again.
Well, I knew you wouldn't do it. That's why I decided to whore myself.
I appreciate that. I didn't mean it like that.
If we're going to give something away, hit the thumbs up, please. I repeat. If not, it's okay.
Bingus is like, I'm going to disregard what you said. I don't care because you deserve thumbs up. So we're going to say it anyways.
But I'm only saying it because Eagle won't.
You know, Jesus was humble too, and look at where that got him.
Yeah.
So, all right, we got 0 to 250. Let's get this thing rolling. Let's hit
Right.
start and chat. And then I'll tell you a funny story about the number I chose before any of this.
I'm gonna back out and go in chat.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Go ahead. Let's go.
One guess only. I know you guys seen that start and chat. You guys have a minute and 30. Please shoot them numbers out. We got 57 people in chat. I hope to see 57 numbers.
57. Wow.
Ooh, I see some close ones.
Getting early on the East
Well,
Coast.
you know what? I can go ahead and say this. Well, wait, I'll wait because there's too much time. I can't because then they can go and look. There's too much time. They could research it in the right amount of time. So I'm gonna
Trust
wait.
your judgment.
I'm gonna wait.
How many tattoos did Joshua Steensland have?
I don't-
Oh, that would have been a good one.
Dude, that's yeah. But no.
But
That's not,
it's close to that, and because there's only everybody can only gets one guess, and I'm sure we've had close to 57 guesses already, but this may help you into knowing if you got it or not. The number I chose was Bingus's episode. Bingus's episode
Jeez, I didn't
is
even make that
the
connection.
the winning number. So if you happen to know what episode Bingus came on into the community, then you guessed the correct number. Oh, time's up. I hope you got it correct.
You're timeline on that one.
I'm gonna guess 126 because I don't even know.
I don't even know. That's a good one though. I like how you did it right. Oh, sorry. You thought
First time, perfect.
didn't you? You thought you were gonna
Thought you had time to look, but you didn't. You either knew it or you didn't. But in this case, Cheecha, you were actually pretty good, pretty close there, Cheddar Bob. But in this case, as far as I can tell, our community's own Cheecha B was super close.
Nice.
With her guess of 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
But the correct answer was Bingus's episode was 121. If you want to go back and check out Bingus and when his episode, it is 121.
He had
Bingus. Can you believe it's been 200 episodes past since you fucking popped out?
It's been a while.
he had hair
Ah.
in his
I did.
video.
I had hair back. Yeah, I'm gonna. Cheecha is a brand new grower, and she needs some good genetics.
Some thumbs.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna put in the chat right now my email.
He's gonna double that order up.
I'm gonna put that email in there. Just email me your particulars, and I will send it to you by Peagle. I have a special carrier bird that I have. It was a passenger pigeon crossed with a bald eagle. We call them Peagles. And if you wouldn't mind feeding him just before you send him back, I would appreciate it. There you go.
Wait, did you say Kegels?
Yeah,
Or did you say Peagles?
Peagle, like a passenger with a
I
P.
was gonna say, I'd be happy to feed the Kegels, but no, continue. I'm sorry.
Really, pigeon kegels. You're down for that, huh?
Dude, I did it, and that's how I get my.
I mean, hey man, you know what? They're winning fucking Rome, right? Oh jeez. No laws when you're drinking claws.
Yeah. Peagles fly pretty much.
Can I have a cherry flavored White Claw, please?
Yeah. Slide it over.
Black cherry lemonade, thank you.
Don't they make like a cherry flavored slow gin or something like that?
I know they make a slow gin, but I haven't poured slow gin liqueur and fuck, I think I only poured it twice the entire time I was a bartender, and one of them was in a Singapore sling, and both times it's like an older person.
I think that's like one of two drinks.
I'm laughing at the Kegels reference there in chat. I'd actually like, that'd be awesome to have the fucking Kegels exercise turned over to the Kegels. The Kegels exercise and shit. Tighter up. The Kegels exercise. That's fucking hilarious.
I haven't even had a drink yet, Sarge. Fuck. I'm just laughing my ass.
But you better catch up, man. I mean, what else do you do when you gotta sit there and like do like a bunch of clones and like transplant and like you don't want to roll a joint? What else do you do? I fucking grab a cold one.
I drink occasionally. I don't drink very often. But when I do, I do.
Is there an option for not rolling a joint?
No.
I mean, there is, but when your hands are full of hash, you're like, fuck. I just like joints because, well, once you spark it, I mean, you just got to keep smoking it, right? But like when you have like a pipe or a bong, right? Like when you have a pipe or a bong, you got all this hash on your fingers. So you're like trying to spark the lighter and shit, and you can't do it. Or it's like, you know what? This is too much work. I'm just going to roll a joint and I'm just going to keep smoking.
Stick in the freezer for a minute.
Right on. I'm going to go get a shot, and I'm going to put on a little video when I'm gone.
What are you, diabetic?
No.
Shot of whiskey.
Not that kind of shot.
But I had a complaint in one of your comments about me running these live videos, so I don't want to do it too often, but I'm going to leave this one go for now, and I'll be right back. Because
so you're gonna let the one complaint out of the fucking 100 yays?
No, I just hope he's listening and feels that.
For the most part.
Once the screen,
motherfucker,
middle finger.
That would have been funny.
Yeah, the middle finger just starts coming out of the Iceland video. Wah, 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 wah. Up and down the river like Loch Ness. Boom, 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 boom.
That would have been priceless. Yeah. Man, I haven't drank in a long time.
Yeah, I'm going on 4 years. It'll be 4 years in late April.
Well, it's been a long 25 years. Other than fucking, there's been a few once or twice. I'd say I can count on one hand, you know, the times I've drank in that 25 years. If it's been like Friday night after work, and I've actually just gave into a peer pressure and had 1 or 2 beers. That's the instances I'm talking about. 5 and, you know.
Yeah. Are you just not much anyways, or?
Oh no, I used to fucking be a huge drinker.
Okay, I got you.
Huge drinker. Yeah.
Yeah.
About a fifth a day easy.
Yeah, I was
in the case.
I stopped drinking hard liquor a long time before I stopped drinking beer. Because I wasn't very nice on hard liquor. And it took me longer to become not nice on beer, so you know.
Yeah, that is the thing about alcohol, is it does change a lot of people. I don't care who you are, it does change you slightly, but it changes some more than others, that's for sure.
My dad always used to say, a drunk man says what a sober man thinks.
I've heard that.
Yeah, we have a saying like that in Spanish too, but it's not a drunk man. It's the thing that a drunk man and a child has in common is they both speak the truth. And that's usually pretty true because kids are pretty fucking cruel, right? And so they don't really care about hurting your feelings. And well, neither does a drunk man. But once he sobers up and realizes what he says, then he's like, "Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that."
Yeah. My dad also used to ask me if I wanted to wake up unconscious. So,
That's crazy.
I don't drink that often because I can, and I don't drink anything but Grey Goose because it doesn't turn me into an asshole.
I thought it got you loose.
That's why I think it.
If I drink whiskey,
And it's got a
Goose bitches. What's up? What's up?
yeah, the chicks love it, and it's got a fancy bottle.
is that right? All right.
Yeah,
Well, a lot of people that drink
think,
Jack turn into Jack.
I've got that kind of comedian sense that if I did drink and it was only Grey Goose, I would think, because this is one of the other things too. Vodka always led for me to blackouts. And for some reason, those blackouts were always ended up with a naked story of some kind. Either I ran through the party naked or I tried to coach the whole party to be naked, which a few times did work. But I could see if, like I said, if it was just strictly Grey Goose, which wasn't a thing back then, I could honestly see myself fucking just drunk as fuck, butt naked, walking through a party, fucking with dick hanging out, going, "The goose is loose!" And fucking fuck yeah, I can see it. I can see it already, man.
Oh shit! I'm just thinking of fucking.
In honor of that statement,
hanging off your flaccid penis, swinging it around, knocking it into doors and stuff.
Oh man, I at one point honestly remember fucking naked cannonballs into a kiddie pool, just screaming through this house, right out the back slide of your door, fucking to a full on fucking cannonball into a kiddie pool.
Sometimes there wasn't even water in that kiddie pool.
Sorry.
I think I want to party with Eagle. That's all I'm saying.
I've had, oh man, alcohol had to be put up for a reason. Alcohol.
Bingus, there's this thing called OnlyFans.
Mm.
Later, Bob comes him through.
Shit.
Cheddar only.
Yeah.
That's why you were going like this, right?
Yeah.
The cheddar.
A goose bottle.
Cheddar.
Oh, dude. When Eagle was sitting there talking about running through like party or whatever, all that just kept fucking running through my mind. It was old school. When that chick from Queens of Queens goes, "A little cold out there tonight, huh, Frank?"
What do you mean?
Fast forward a few years, yeah.
Oh shit, that movie's so good.
I kind of always every time I see that scene. By the way, I do relate with that fucking scene, Sergeant. But by the way,
He's so fucking funny, honey. You think KFC's still open? Like everybody's been fucking hammered, and it's just like, yo, let's get some food. At least once.
This is kind of I would Lexi. I can't tell if Lexi's still in chat or not. I was a man whore before I met her mom, and that's no word of a lie. One of my best friends that I met early on watched me jump out a fucking second story window every morning for a month before he fucking called me over and was like,
Stop
I had to
fucking my
fucking
mom.
He had a fucking joint. He's like, man, he called me over. He's like, hey man, I know you smoke weed. You want to smoke this joint? I was like, fuck yeah. He invited me in. He's like, dude, I have watched you every morning sit here, drink coffee, and smoke a joint, and watch you jump out that window for almost a month solid now. And I fucking finally had to fucking call you over here and fucking meet your ass. And that was the routine. I did shit like that. Oh my god, for so long, so long. That girl right there. This is a funny. I can't make ass last night for a funny story, and this is one right here. So I dated this girl for a while now, or a while then, I should say, because it's been a long, long time. And fucking, so we both had it was like a troubled kind of home, troubled family, basically. She had a single mom. I came from a house that had just a single dad. So they in both, you know what I mean, single parent homes. Her mom worked in a bar and was gone almost all night. We fucking would get over there and party and whatnot, and then fucking end up meeting her and hanging out. She was a cool gal, and we started hooking up. And I would hang out over there and stay with her a lot of times. I'd fucking hang out, stay the night with her, and her mom would fucking a lot of times go hang out with her boyfriend after work. She worked at the bar. She'd close the bar and go hang out with her boyfriend Jerry, and then she would show up every morning to take her to school. And that was always my cue to fucking get the fuck out, usually. So I would be her bedroom. It was a townhouse. Her bedroom was right above the front door. So we'd hear the car pull in. She would fucking kick me in the fucking side and tell me I had to fucking go. And I would fucking get ready. And I'd be standing next to the window, like, just to the side of the window, or peeking out the curtain to watch her mom get out of the car and come in. And as soon as I heard that door slam, I would jump out of that window onto the porch and knock on the door and be like, is Jody here? And she'd let me right back in and fucking be like, yeah, she's upstairs getting ready for school. And I'd go back upstairs and fucking pretty much get ready for school and fucking, but that was the routine, and that cat watched me do that every day for like a month before he fucking called me over.
Awesome.
That's a great story, brother.
Hey, Cheecha.
Congratulations.
Good morning. I just want to say I have to stop guessing numbers. I'm too fucking close. I just literally put that number in because I'm like 1, 2, 3.
This is a particularly, it's from the pheno called the Holy Grail, but it is Blue Mile, and they're S1s. There's 6 beautiful seeds in here, and they are yours. So,
I'm so excited. I heard about it. Go ahead.
Blue Mile is a cross of the Blue Diesel and my 8 Mile High Landrace S1 pollen. And so far, every pheno I've seen has been noteworthy of some sort. So I feel pretty confident now. Anyway.
Nice. Oh, I'm excited.
Make sure to email me your particulars.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm happy you won because I know you're just starting out, and I'm just like, yes, fuck you.
I know. It's funny because every time Eagle does a drawing, I'm just like, I'm just gonna put that number there. And then it's 2 within 2. So that's awesome.
It's amazing how you
go buy a lottery ticket too.
I should.
Mm-hmm.
I should. If I win, everybody wins. Can you buy some lotto numbers? Anything with 7.
If you haven't been over to Cheecha B's live streams, they're pretty interesting. Quite entertaining as well. make sure to check it out. Kind of, again, another unique approach to live streaming. Comfortable place to be. Yeah. You're a good girl. Good lady. You're not a girl. Good lady. On that, I'm going to have one more.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so it was funny. The little side dish, I'm like, she don't have any scent to her. And I like smelled her. I was like, oh, you smell dank. Okay. Okay, here you go. Go back. So, yeah.
I'm getting low, Eagle. I don't know. I've had this for almost a year, so that's how much I drink in a year. I got that much left.
Wow.
Pretty conservative.
Yeah, I don't drink much, man. I don't let the wolf out too often, believe me. You're not. He gets me in trouble and makes me apologize for weeks afterwards.
Oh.
That's why I quit drinking to begin with, is I would get drunk, do crazy, stupid shit, and then apologize for a month. And I got tired of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I just never apologized.
When you got the cheddar, I mean, fuck, what do you need to?
I don't know, man. I have no idea.
Cheers to you, cheddar.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
Shiva Liberate.
See?
Is that prune you're chasing it with?
It's the light version of Welch's grape juice because it has less sugar. And since I am a sugar fiend, I try to minimize it when I can. You know, I like sweet. You're talking about pies and cherries and shit. I'm like, you know, I'm like thinking of the cherry pie that I want right now. I'm actually thinking of baking my own pie because you can't find good pie anymore, man. It's just shitty pie.
When I was out in Colorado, I was addicted to these apple and raspberry strudels I could get.
That sounds good.
Oh, that sounds good.
I would eat 2 to 4 a day the whole time I lived in Colorado.
That sounds good there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm pretty addicted to that kind of shit. So I thought, what the fuck? And on Amazon, you can buy it's kind of spendy for the pie filling, but I figured it out. It's way less than buying your own pie at the fucking Sherry's or wherever the hell.
Yeah.
You know? I think I'm sure I'll screw it up a few times, but whatever.
Hey,
You're down with some sugar and, you know, some fruit juice, and then add some cornstarch or something like that. A little bit of jelly, maybe. Throw that in there.
Here's a guy with quadruple bypass surgery talking about eating pastries. Not a good idea. I'm an addict. I truly am. It's the one thing I have not been able to quit successfully, and that's sugar. I quit smoking, no problem. I don't drink as much. I cut back. If I could cut back my sugar as much as I've cut back my alcohol, I'd be way ahead of the game. But no.
It's hard because it's in 92% of everything we intake into our body.
Yes.
I just pulled her out of the air, but I'm just, you know, it's in a vast majority of what we eat. Our bodies yearn sugar.
Well, yes, Bob.
Everything does. That's one thing that I've learned, you know, in this last year, you know, between my study in plants and my study in human development, same. We all fucking are very dependent and have some uses for sugar across the board, even microbes, you know. That's kind of one of the things I've kind of put together in my head lately is as far as, you know, probiotics and gut biome. As I get older, your metabolism slows down, that gut biome gets more and more out of whack with between what's good and bad. And I think it directly relates to our eating habits and sugar, I think, because I'm right there with Bingus. As far as what I eat, sugar is definitely, my guilty pleasure. And I've noticed that when I go on my sugar binges where I'm eating a lot of sugar, is I might obviously you get a little bit of gut explosion, but it isn't fat. It's more of I think the fucking bacteria and the microbes, the bad microbes in my stomach are in like full bloom. They're just feeding off that bad sugar, and they've exploded in population. They're feeding off all that negative shit, and I think that's part of what backs your gut up into the fatty area. You know what I mean?
Well,
You get that explosion of the bad shit, and then everything just lags after that, and then you start putting on the weight, I believe. So if you kind of keep that in check and you eliminate the sugars, I don't know.
Gonna counteract that with fermented foods, probiotic fermented foods.
My doctor theory is that inflammation, okay, sugar causes inflammation. Why is that? Because it's like little darts going through your blood veins and causing damage, especially at places where your blood veins Y, right? So it hits that Y and it creates that clog right at that Y due to the inflammation, right? And then when you get that little bulge in your upper stomach, because my stomach's pretty flat. I mean, I stay in shape, but when I eat a lot of sugar, I'll get that bulge, right? And I'd like to believe what you just said is what's happening, but I'm afraid it's probably the inflammation.
Those were Viagra, Bingus.
Yeah.
It's the inflammation. Viagra, I haven't, dude. I don't, dude. When you get to my age, you take a shot. You don't need fucking Viagra. Take a shot, and you're a fucking toy for at least an hour. So there you
go. That term's been that's been a true statement for years, Bingus. That just has been called whiskey dick throughout the years. I think that's been a problem for many men fucking throughout the ages.
That's funny.
I've actually been thrown out of a fucking Chinese massage parlor because of whiskey dick, and I shit you not, that little Asian gal fucking threw me out. She was screamed at me. She said, "You no come back at that whiskey dick." And fucking, I swear to God, that's a fucking true. That shit get anybody in trouble, man. Whiskey will get a lot of people back. Kids are made.
I'm not a whiskey drinker anymore. I don't. It caused a lot of trouble in my life, believe me. I put one of my best friends in the hospital, dude. His fucking wife came up and asked me to dance. I didn't know who she was. And she goes, "Come over and ask me to dance." So I go, and we're at a bar, right? I go over there and I go, "Hey, you want to dance?" And boom, this guy jumps up in my face and he starts fucking, "This is my wife, da 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 da," and wanting a piece of me, and made the mistake of shoving me, and I knocked his teeth out.
And then you hit his nose.
And so the next day, when I realized what I had done, because I went to school with this guy, all right, I used to have gym class with him, and I go to the hospital. I paid for his medical pills. And he's got his jaw wired shut, and he's just saying every cuss word you can, and all that's coming out is just jumbled spit, And I will never forget that. That was another reason I quit drinking. Then I kept trying to blame his wife, and that wasn't working. you know.
Right.
So yeah, alcohol is not good in excess, my friends. Just saying, hasn't been kind to me. It's cost
So,
me.
Eagle, I'm going to take shot number 3 here.
Are you daring me?
No, not at all.
Peer pressure.
Oh, that's funny. But you can tell, you know, I get a little. I'm telling you fucking stories I probably shouldn't ever mention on the internet, but
Too late now.
whatever.
That's like
the way I see it, if I don't tell them, somebody might come around sooner or later and say it. Better come out of my mouth.
Yeah,
they get your version before they get someone else's.
Right on.
Yeah.
I paid for his medical bills. That's what I'm saying. Is you end up, you know, cost you a lot of money. That was expensive.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I grew weed, so you know. Oh fuck! To get the girl? No, I did not get the girl, sir. It was his wife. She set me up. She thought. I think she thought.
That goddamn story.
She thought her husband could kick my ass.
It was supposed to go the other way around.
Right.
She was supposed to get attracted to the fact that he stood up for her. You know, they set it up for that. I've seen it in a TV show, but it had nothing to do with that. That was literally just the opening scene, and it escalated in a whole nother different direction from that. But apparently that's some weird, I don't know, way to liven a relationship up. But it spun out of control for that dude.
I punched his ass.
Yeah.
That was funny. I've done that more than once. But Red, it's happened to me as well. I've had my ass kicked very good several times. But back then you could the one guy that beat my ass was I'm 6'1", right? This guy was 5'7", and he just filleted, right? But afterwards he helped me up, got me an ice pack from the bar, bought me a beer, and we kind of became friends because you could do that back then. You know what I mean? And the cops didn't come. Nobody was, you know.
Right.
But yeah, that guy taught me a very severe lesson because he was an AAU boxing champion. I'm just a fucking idiot. You know?
Description by any means.
Anyway, yeah. See, Eagle and I bet you money we let loose with all our fucking stories. You guys would have it.
People would think one had superpowers. Like you were like super fast, you know, because you'd be like pew, pew, pew. Look like one of you was just like moving instantly.
You know, if we both leaned in and put our heads together, we'd look like an ass. Can you do that?
The opposite way. It's hard to say which way it is, though.
See, we don't want to
We're
look
together now.
Anyway.
There you go.
Oh, anyway, yeah. Sorry. Weedus 207, good guy. Mystic grower. It's really turning into a great grower, I've noticed, and also a 3D printing genius. I mean, I'm looking at the chat room. Then we have Cheecha B, who's sitting right next to me.
Hey.
Ned Denver, what's up, brother? A lot of good people, martial artists. You got to call him Sensei just because of the name. And then Sunrise Grow. Smiley, where the fuck are you, dude?
Yeah, what the hell?
He's at work.
Always working. Man.
Oh.
Cheers to Smiley.
It shows in that garden, though. It always shows in that garden.
Yeah.
I went on a live with my buddy Hog, Happiness Without Guilt is his handle. He a good guy to interview. Great dude. And we were, fuck, I just lost my train of thought. But I was explaining something to him that I can't fucking remember. I need another shot. Cheddar? Sorry.
You better let the wolf out.
I forget what I was going to say. Sorry. It happens. What can I say?
Is there a way we can remind you? Happiness without guilt?
Okay, Happiness Without Guilt. Hog.
I like it. I like it.
Dude, he's a great dude. He's an excellent dude. Martial artist.
You were shouting people out.
And then you looked at me.
Dude, honestly, Red, I think it's gone, bro.
Oh, man. I helped. I tried.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you, brother. Where's your fucking camera?
I'm not on.
No.
No.
Oh, the whole damn time.
Come on.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Get with the program.
God.
Come on, get to the
I haven't done that in like years since hangout days. Jesus.
my cat.
No one's seen anything. Damn it.
Cat's called Arnold. After Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's a beast. I mean, he is. And I'm always like, come on, get to the
Redpill.
top.
Man, I ran through the house and did a naked cannonball in the pool.
Wait, you guys missed it? Fuck.
Camera wasn't on. Damn.
There's those fucking Graham dab hits right in front of me.
Oh, that's a jar. Yeah, I never say anything because so many people do it. Like there's a lot of people that do it 50-50, you know what I mean? Like Pepper there. You know, sometimes they come on, sometimes they got video, sometimes they don't. So sometimes like when you don't do video, I'm just like, they're not in the mood tonight. You know what I mean? So I don't say nothing, you know what I mean? But I always think, man, every time I do see it though, I'm like, man, that'd be nice. Every time I try it, I catch so much shit. If I walk away or turn my camera off a little bit and like try working in the background, I look over and man, Chet's talking big shit. He gonna pass out? What, that dad get his old ass? What the fuck? She sleeping? I'm like, man, come on. I'm here, guys. I'm here. Jeez.
Oh, man.
We're all just attention whores. I'm just saying. Attention equals love, and we all love to be loved. You know,
Mhm.
I love to be loved so much that I actually lost all my hair.
Is that what did it?
That made no sense.
Man, I had a cat on a job site for fucking the longest time. Try to get me a fucking. I obviously I have a spot on my back of my head that must fit an eyeball spot or something because he tried calling me Blinky there for a minute. He's like, dude, you need an eyeball on the back of your head. He's like, for real, you need a tattoo of a nice eyeball on the back of your head. I'm like, nah, it's never happening, dude.
That's
Never
better
happening.
than the credit card split.
Yeah.
You see that? You got it. Me. And slides it through the crease in the back of his head.
He's like,
Most
"Ooh."
crazy one I've seen for a bald guy was, and it was a recent one. This cat was 75 fucking years old. First tattoo, 75 years old. 75, keep this in mind. And he had the classic getting older, much like I probably do. Fucking the monk haircut, you know what I mean? Where bald spot. And fucking, he had fucking a stick man lawnmower, a stick man mowing the lawn above the top of his fucking bald spot. So it looked like he was pushing the mower on the fucking top of his hairline and shit. 75 first fucking, and loved it. Loved it. He just came back from Florida. He was just fucking showing it all off, man. Just so proud of his stickman tattoo and shit. I'm like, you're all right. 75 and willing to walk around like that. Fucking cool as fuck. And it didn't look bad. He was so proud of it too, man. I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
I just got my
hilarious.
a few years ago, a couple of years ago.
I'm all in at this point.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
My guy. What's that, Bob?
I didn't realize how many you had.
No. A lot of
No.
people say that. I don't. Must be the face, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any from your neck up, and I mean, I see your sleeves, but I didn't realize you had your legs, and you're like a yakuza.
Yeah, I'm fixing to get some more, man. I was just in there the other day, and yeah, I'm ready. I'm all past due for a sesh. I'm past due for a sesh, and I've got some time banked up, so I'm due.
I'd like to get.
He kind of shot it. He shot himself in the foot with that remodel. I'm like, yeah, I'll take care. I'll trade you. You got some trade. You got some good credit coming.
That's awesome. Oh yeah.
All right. Well, it's late where I am. I'm gonna hit the hay. It's nice hanging out with everyone for a few minutes.
Sure, Bob. Always great to see you, my friend.
Yeah.
Eagle, great show, great guest. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate the compliment. All I do is show up.
Yep. Well, that's where it starts, right?
Right.
You had some great jokes there, Chetter Bug. Make me
All right.
laugh.
Have a good night, everyone.
Take care, brother.
Peace out.
Yes, where the fun is just beginning, my friends. Stay tuned. I don't know why it is, but if you ever want to make a child laugh, all you got to do is fart. You ever notice that?
I still to this day giggle from farts, to be honest with you. I think that's still the kid in me.
It is a go-to for the bingus as far as making people laugh, especially in elevators. There's Smiley, holy shit!
Holy shit. Right out of nowhere.
Surprise!
Bam! Need boom farms for that, I guess.
Right on, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry I was late. My after-work snack. I'm all stuffing my face. You guys are like, "Where's Smiley?" I'm like, "Moo."
I have no idea.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm talking to Mystic Grower in the chat room about grape terps, which I've never been able to find, by the way. Do you get what's your experience there, Eagle? Any grape? What about you, Smiley?
Yeah, actually, well, Corkle had grape tones. For me, the Corkle every time I had Corkle had grape tones to it.
Grape tones?
Quite a few mixes. It was grape. It was grape. It was like an earthy grape, though. I mean, it's not grape. I wouldn't have called it like Concord grape. You know what I mean? I wouldn't call out unnecessarily grape, but it definitely had a main grape taste with, some earthy tones to it. Same thing, like I guess with Jack strain that I just got. It had grape tones to it, but it had the fuel on it too. So I wouldn't say it was like overpowering grape. I would say it was fuely grape. Just slight grape to it. I've never had nothing that I was like, wow, that's, like I said, that's a Concord grape right there. That's fucking delicious.
I would love to find that. I really would. I love grape. I don't know why. I like grape jelly ranchers, etc. You know. What about Red Pill? What about in concentrates? Have you ever found anything that's
You
grape?
know, as you're saying that, yeah, I have. They did have when I was in Colorado. They had incredible edibles, and then they outside branded, and then they went to concentrates from there, and they had incredible concentrates. And one time I did get something that they had actually called Concord Grape.
Really?
Had that, and then I was, as we were thinking about or talking about it, I was trying to think if I've ever had that in anything I've grown, which I really couldn't come to mind. If anything, like candied grape or fruit grape, I never had anything that I've grown, and every time I experienced it was either something that I never knew the name of, or in this case, like one time it was more like a fake artificial grape flavoring in one type of bud, and then the other type was more like a almost like wine smelling
Really?
weed. But either one of those I didn't know the name of, you know. But
Wow.
those are the two times I experienced it in flower, and then the one time in Colorado from incredible extracts. I think they actually did have something just literally called Concord grape. So
What about you, Smiley? Anything? Any grape?
Nothing that I know as far as being like that. You know, like when you say grape, I think that Big League Chew bubble gum. You know, the grape fucking Big League Chew bubble
yeah,
gum. So it's definitely that, you know, that candy fake grape
I
flavor
had that
comes to
one
mind
time,
to me.
and it
But
was straight up purple weed too.
yeah, I was gonna say to me my purple punch kind of gives a little bit of flavor to that, but not a whole lot. But I don't know. Jack Greenstock had a chance to try some of mine and was picking up grape out of ones that I did not. So I don't know. You know, I don't know what that means. I probably don't have the best sense of smell and taste being a smoker. So, you know, no doubt probably somebody can pick up something out of it that I can't. So
Have you ever had a purple? So you've had you had purple punch, and you've had purple kush, right?
I've
um,
grown the purple
Experience
punch.
that one?
I wasn't that impressed, to be honest. And the purple kush, I'd like to, but I don't. I've never been able
Because
to.
the best purple punch I've ever had one note of it that reminded me of the only time I've ever had purple kush. I've had other purple punches that I wasn't even impressed with, and then one time where I had someone give me something that he called purple punch, and it reminded me of the first time and the only time I had purple kush. But it had that same type of note. But I don't describe that as there is a little bit of grapiness to it, but I have a different reference for it, for like what we're saying, sense of smell and where the memory comes from. But and the last time I've had it was Dutch Grows 420. He had a mango Wookie from Bodhi Seeds, and one of the phenotypes had the similar terpene that those other ones had, but I describe it as Pokemon fruit snacks. And it was just a limited time that there was like the fruit snacks brand. They came out with, to brand it, and this was 20 years ago when Pokemon came out. They came out with Pokemon fruit snacks, and it was supposed to be like some crazy, like what we don't get over here in like Japanese flavoring. That's more what the Japanese market likes as far as what their candies and
Kind of a chalky.
sodas. I have no idea. They were multicolored too, and there are these ones that the ones that it tasted like were orange and red. They were like a little, little itty bitty molded Pokeball looking thing, and they were orange and red. And
Dude,
then
I
that,
spent so much money on Pokemon shit for my boys. My middle son, who I live with, who's an amazing dude, is into Pokemon Go.
Mhm.
In fact, tomorrow is Community Day, whatever that means. But he's way up there. I mean, he's a gamer, big time. He dropped out of playing professional poker because of all the negative that's involved in that aspect. He now works for FedEx. which is a great company to work for, by the way. And they are hiring, just in case anybody wants a fucking job. They are busy as holy fuck. But he's a gamer, big time. Even since he was a kid, dude, I'd be sleeping. I'd get up. He'd be on, I don't know.
You hear that damn Game Boy, right?
Dude, he was on everything. I've spent more money on games than anything. Seriously, I got 3 sons. They're all fucking. That's all they ever wanted. What do you want for your birthday? Oh, there's this new game. I'm like, okay. You know, my youngest boy, I turned him loose in the game store, and this kid, he's like me. He would look at it would take him an hour to make a fucking choice. I am not kidding you. I'd go, all right, I'm going to go sit in the mall. You let me know when you fucking find it, right? Because I'm not the type of guy that's like, hurry up and I'm busy. No, I'm going to spend some money for you. Make sure you get what you want. And he took me seriously. So he fucking looked at every game. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, brother. You know. Anyway, sorry, I'm going off again.
No, I thought I dated myself going to the Pokemon thing, and people are like, you know, I thought someone like you were like, Pokemon. The person I'm talking to is like 18 years old. What the hell's going on here? You know?
Dude, I totally missed the whole Pokemon thing. That was definitely an era behind me, but I don't follow it still. But I just seen a thing on, they were talking about like the Pokemon cards now are trading like super high value because the, you know, like that generation that remembers the Pokemon as kids are all older now to where they got full-time jobs and money to whatever. So now it's like another rage like of collecting them and whatnot. But yeah, like some of them cards 10 grand and shit for them. I was like,
oh, I don't
That's crazy as fuck, dude.
But that used to be baseball cards back in my day, right? Like that was, you know, in the 90s, that was the fucking baseball.
Oh yeah, baseball cards.
Yeah. Yeah, but baseball's different. It's a sport. Like you got to think for like a collector's like item for like something that's like a commemorative type of thing or like just a specialty item. 10 grand for a fucking card. Like I get baseball cards did it, but baseball is like sports. Like you shook someone's hand. Pokemon was somebody drew that out.
Pokemon's a game though, ain't it?
It is.
I mean, it's a video game. It doesn't require any skills than your fingers and your hands and your brain. You know, where like baseball is like
was to like play the game, right? Isn't that the whole point of them?
You can do this good.
Or am I wrong? I don't know at all.
I don't know, to be honest with you at all. I just trip out that like
it's just
value. I don't know, 10 grand for a fucking card, bro.
But it just has to do with they were given to like 9-year-olds, and then when you're 9-year-old, you don't respect it, so you literally rip it up into confetti. And then there's like one guy that still has his Pokemon collection, and like the one guy that has one card that everyone else like lit on fire, stuck in someone's peanut butter jelly sandwich, or
it's that guy that like has the one. He probably had it when he was a kid, like kept it in the little case, you know.
But isn't that the whole point of the cards though? Like you can get together with your friends and you play a game.
I never.
Like, you have that special card.
There was people that did that, but it was never as popular as the video games.
Dude,
that's what took off for it.
My son, I asked him about it, and he explained to me, it's almost like being the owner of a professional team. You're putting together a Pokemon team that has special gifts and abilities to play the game against somebody else. I mean, so you're basically the owner of a professional team, right? You guys make fucking money at it.
I don't know if
what I was getting at is there's a value into that card because if you know what I mean, if it's some special thing to the game and nobody else has it, then you go whoop ass all over, you know.
Well, that's what I mean. It's more of like the digital thing is the game, the tangible thing is the card.
Right.
You know, the card is what holds value.
Right. The game, however, is contagious, just saying, and it's designed to. You're creating. Dude, humans love to create.
What?
At all levels. All right. Go ahead.
You know, and I was going to put it in someone's, in some kind of concept. Is I have one memory of people, some religious door-to-door people going, and they were trying to get people to stop playing Pokemon because it promoted gambling and evolution. So if that puts it into perspective in some kind of way.
Dude, that's fucking funny. Thank you. Dude, that just.
And they were devoted to it too. They were like panicking about it. Thought it was the end of the world.
This enforces my opinion of society. But no, dude, Ned, I don't play. I'm watching the chat now. No, Ned, my son plays Pokemon. I got him started by buying all the fucking Pokemon cards.
Yeah, we're having this conversation because I'm obviously as old as one of Bengus's sons. So
Yeah, you must be. Yeah, I am 60. My oldest boy is 41 or 40. My second boy, my middle son I live with, he's 39. And my youngest boy, whoops, he's 26.
I'm right there in the middle, 30.
Yeah. So I kind of, and I probably have a few others out there that I'm not quite aware of. Hopefully they don't find me.
That's what I was thinking when Eagle was saying the whole man-whore thing. I'm like, uh-oh, a couple of eagles left the nest.
Dude, Aquarius.
Sorry.
I don't know. I have 3 sons that I know of. Let's put it that way. And if I have other sons out there, hi. Dad,
like, contact me. I'm here.
My dad, when we were talking about all the cocktails and all that, my dad owned a bar for like 7 years. And one of the times he had a story where he told me, because he kind of has the same situation when he was young. And he has this whole thing where it's like one of his memories that's imprinted into his head, because some kid apparently came into his bar and then he was like, you saw this kid and he was looking at him and he had to ask him questions. And he's like, hey, come over here. And he's like, hey, how old are you? And who's your mom? And, you know, that kind of thing. And he literally was like so freaked out that this kid was some kid of his that he didn't know.
Like, why are you asking so many personal questions?
He's trying to add it all together to make sure. Like, did you know? And the guy's like, yeah, I know my dad, I know my mom. And he's like, whoo, all right, thank God.
Dude, the basic aspect of humanity is to procreate. It's a natural thing. And that's why I think that I've been divorced for over 30 years. Okay. So long I can't remember. All right. But I have it's not like when I was married, I never, ever cheated, ever. All right. Because that's a sanctity with God. All right. But afterwards, fuck, dude. I mean, it's open
game there, yeah.
And so, but that's when I realized humans are not monogamous. I mean, the whole idea of procreation is to procreate. I mean, that's, and especially if you get into genetics with plants and dogs and birds and all the things I've been in. I mean, you start to realize, fuck, it's just all about procreation so that there's another vehicle for a soul to inhabit, to experience. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So that's why I say, if I have any other children out there, feel free to contact me. I don't care. I mean,
what?
I'll share.
Dad?
It's all good. I'm sure I do, quite frankly. There's one girl I dated that told me if she ever got pregnant that she would just disappear.
Oh.
What? Fuck her to this day. I'm like, where the fuck did she go? She was way cool too, man. I was like, man, that broke my heart. Contact me if you're in live Indian chats.
Yeah, the girl next door that I lived to when I was 3 to 5 years old, please somehow contact me. It's a story where it's a little, cute next door relationship. And then one morning I wake up and she's crying and screaming and her dad throws her in a van. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I didn't say that at that time, but she's like, "Oh, we're moving to Washington. It always rains there. I'm never gonna see you again." And then the dad, like, slides the fucking van door closed, and they roll out of the driveway, never to be seen again.
Sounds like a movie.
Mm. Yeah, put that in the movie script.
I'll let up, guys. Sorry, I get carried away sometimes. So.
No, it's all good.
You have illegitimate children in chat, Bingus, just so you know.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's like, Dad?
Hey, Jason, how are you, sir? Good to see you.
Yeah.
There's a thing called the DNA test. Okay, just saying.
I gotta imagine your sons probably look quite a bit like you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's what I picture anyway. I picture them all kind of
The family picture.
pretty closely to Dad.
A big body, smaller body, smaller body, smaller body.
My two oldest boys are half Japanese.
Oh, wow.
And they come from, my ex-wife comes from Samurai. Okay. And I'm telling you, those two boys, fucking amazing athletes, just monsters. But when you have hybrids that are human, not plants, quite a challenge.
Hybrid bigger.
Yeah. Good one, Smiley. Yeah. My third son, an affair I had with the young lady, it was a whoops, like, oh shit. But Corey, he's more like me than the other two. But he's half Min, which is another Asian group from Thailand or somewhere. I don't know. So I got hooked up with Asian girls there for a while.
So we know your type now.
I know. He likes the foreign food.
Hey, what can I say? It's that's not really a preference. I'll be honest. It was just happened to turn out that way.
That's
yeah. So Corey, he's cool. He's an artist. He's very artistic, like his old man. Like I said, he's more like me than my other two boys, which are quite a bit like me. But they're just. I was a good athlete. These guys, fuck, they crush me. As far as athletics go, fuck, they could have been professional athletes easy if they would have got their heads straight. But that's the problem with hybrids, you see. I have this theory that we get put into these vehicles as souls, right? Some vehicles are wagons. Some vehicles are fucking spaceships, right? And it's pretty hard to figure out how to control them. And it takes them quite a long time, like until they're almost 40s to figure shit out. Both my oldest boys are doing very well. But man, fuck. And it took a while for them to figure out the controls, So, whatever. I'm proud of my son. 3 boys.
Hell yeah.
I love the girl, though. I don't know what I would do. They should be well prepared.
Dude, Wasaba for Life just said heard Asians' vaginas are sideways. There's a funny ass fucking story about that, dude.
Could you imagine?
No. Just so my old neighbor was a train engineer, and we used to hang out quite often, and that was like a joke that kind of went around with all the train engineer guys were kind of joking about it one night. And I think they were just hanging out playing cards or whatever. Well, his wife ends up like hearing this, and she's like, he doesn't know, right? She's like, I don't know, I never fucking thought about it, whatever. And so anyway, it gets stashed in her memory bank, that Asian girl's vagina. And then she's like at work at one, like her job the next day or weeks later, whenever it was, but they're all talking, and she makes the same comment. Well, their vaginas go the other way or whatever. And people at work, her work, are like, no, they fucking don't. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And she was all like, oh, I don't know. Like, she totally believed it. That's the funniest fucking thing, too.
And testify, they do not.
Yeah. Of course they don't.
I can vouch for that.
You know what I like about that story is it makes me want to share more unpolitically correct things.
Right?
Please do.
Just the chance somebody's gonna like not realize it's a
Well,
joke.
get in your chair if you're going to do it. What the fuck?
I know. I look over. I'm like, what?
I'm invisible right now.
I know you are, Red. I'm giving you shit, buddy. Don't.
I'm floating on the ceiling.
There you go. Those
All of a sudden, he's crawling on the ceiling.
That reminds me of last night with Cannon Minx when he brought up the fucking elbow things. I was like, I was, as soon as he said it, I'm like, every guy in chat right now is fucking looking at their elbows and shit to see if that shit's fucking straight.
It's held pretty damn true, man. I don't
Wait,
think
what?
I don't know if it's 100% or whatever, but I don't think
It
he's
made sense. It made sense, but I don't think it's 100% effective.
Yeah.
Did I ask? What about this elbow thing?
Suppose if you put your arms straight out, like with your palms to the ceiling, your elbows will point in, and guys' elbows will be straight. Their arms will be straight.
For women,
But women's elbows will kind of have a tilt in, almost like towards each other.
well,
Oh wow, that is kind of weird because it was. I'm like,
women's arms tilt in because they have the curvature of they have the hourglass figure. So when they're walking, their arms can clear effectively.
Clear the body,
Right? Men
clear
have a
the
straight
hips.
thing, so their arms are straight. Is that true? I don't know. It was an
no, don't ask me.
Either. Everybody's been checking though. That's funny as fuck. That on the spot.
That was a great.
Wait, what?
Drop that on the spot, trolling everybody. So we're all checking elbows to the next stage. Like that ain't true, you dumbasses.
Just funny hearing it at 30 because it's like something we like said when we were like 13. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just to tease people, like, "Oh, dude, you're a girl. Sorry."
It's like, can you lick your elbow?
I still think that's fucking part of you. You ever shake hands with somebody and they do that elbow, like this, the second grab on the elbow, and they're like, I'm almost wondering if that's what them cats are like, knew that something along that line, and that's just a fucking way of checking and shit. They're just like, yeah, he's all right, yeah, he's good. You know
Damn
what's under
elbow.
the cover there.
Before we go into business, let me see that damn elbow.
Oh shit.
Hey, you
Have
know,
you ever-
picking up tells is good to know before you're in the hand. You know what I mean? Like in a poker term, if you know the tells beforehand, when you get in that hand, you're more prepared. That's all.
Hey, based on that, what you just said, have you ever encountered a transgender individual?
No, I know. I mean, I've spoken with some, but I've never like had that encounter. No.
I have, and I'm telling you, it blew me away. This guy was fucking beautiful. Okay. And until I figured out, oh shit, I literally fell off my bar stool. I am not shitting you. I fell on the fucking floor, and then I backed away all the way out of the fucking bar. Just like, I can't believe what I just fucking.
It'll shift your reality real quick, man.
Dude, it was, this was in Hawaii, okay? And another Asian guy, I talked with him for whatever, for at least an hour, bought drinks, everything. And then I'm like, I won't go into the details, but it's like, what the fuck? I just thought it was like, whoa. That's the only time that's ever happened to me, but it's a real thing. And I have nothing against gay people. I lived in San Francisco for about 9 months, and it really got me out of the homophobia of any kind whatsoever, believe me. But
hers was bigger than yours, and that really caught you off guard. So threw you off a little bit, you know.
It's just like, wow, you know. And then if you're, I'm very empathetic with people, and so you start to think, what is your story? I mean, how did that happen? You know what I mean? which is, I'm sure you could write a book and it'd be a very interesting read. And I'm very, I'm very compassionate toward people, towards humans in general, no matter whatever you're.
That's what I was gonna say,
Right.
man. If anything, it's whatever, something they got to deal with in their life, So
I'm just interested in your story because we're here to. I mean, if you can share your experience with me, but dude, I was younger. I was probably, what was I, in my 30s? It just fucking shocked me. I was like, whoa. And I'm with my buddy. I'm like, Ray, let's get the fuck out of here. He's like, what? And anyway, yeah, interesting. And to his credit, beautiful. I was like, what the fuck? Amazing. Anyway. So.
No, I got schooled.
What the fuck?
I got schooled on
What's
some
up?
back in the day. I worked for a shop where the owner was openly gay, and the community though, man, like they're very supportive, helpful community. Like there were people that would drive across town to have their car serviced by him because they wanted to support him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a member of their community and they wanted to come there to support him. And I mean, it was kind of eye-opening how much support was going around in that. So it was a cool experience,
Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool.
Great.
So what's it mean if you can lick that elbow, Cheecha?
I don't know, but you got some magic powers.
You look stupid trying. That's the whole point. Nobody can do it.
That's like the whole, if your hand is bigger than your face, you have cancer. And they're like, huh? And he slaps them.
Yeah.
Magic powers, I think, is a very good description of what women have, is they do have magic powers over men. They really do. And they don't want us to know it, but they really do have magic powers over men. And if you do not respect women, then you do not respect your mother. So who the fuck are you? That's the way I look at it. And that's why I'm so glad Cheecha won the fucking beans. Number one, she's a lovely lady and she's doing really good things for the community, in my humble opinion. And she's a first-time grower.
Oh yeah.
Hit all the checks. Right,
I was gonna say, Cheecha, you got like a seed library going over there now.
I know. I'm gonna have to just find like a whole big barn just so I
No, you just started your Pokemon collection.
Yeah, right? There we go.
Hey, that does translate to me. The very first time I started collecting seeds, I'm like, this reminds me of Pokemon.
It's a lot like that, man. I do think there's a lot to that where it's like kind of a collecting thing, and like, not every seed I've bought is gonna get popped. I know that. Some of that shit's just spontaneous or whatever. You're wanting to support somebody you think's a cool breeder for whatever reason. So.
Hey, has OG bingus beans. Right on, brother. Hope they grow well. There's one guy I know. He's a good friend of mine. He likes to remain in the shadows, but he's a seed fucking freak. Okay, and he's my age. He's collected a lot of fucking seeds. And that's where I got the DJ Short Blueberry and the Hog and some of these. And I'm like, dude, if you don't fucking grow,
does he like giving them out?
Point, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you don't grow them, they're gonna go dead. He's giving me some original New York diesel seeds that were inert. And I'm like, dude, how long? Oh, I've had those about 6 years. And I'm like, well, fuck, they're dead, dude. They didn't grow. Sorry.
How long do I'm just curious, how long do seeds last? Like a year?
It
depends.
Or does it depend on how it is stored?
It's all on how they're stored. There's a place in right around the North Pole that has the biggest seed library, and they have everything from aloe vera to pine trees to pineapple.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Place.
So if you store something below, I don't know what temperature below 0, but at 0% humidity, then they're pretty much stored indefinitely.
Right.
So the better you store them, the longer they last. But typically, if you're going to just put something like in a cabinet or in a drawer or something like that,
He'll contact me and he'll say,
2
"Dude,
years, 2 to 7 years.
talk me down, dude." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Attitude has a seed sale." I'm like, "This fucking." I really
Your support line.
I'm like, dude, okay, calm down. Now go to your seed stash and look at it. Like, look at all the seeds that you have not ever grown, and you want more, right? All right, thanks, man, thanks. I swear to God, it's a fucking.
That was like me though when I was buying seeds, and I was mainly considered with buying seeds that I wanted to have future breeding prospects with. But
Right.
because I was buying them from Attitude, they would give me, and I would spend a lot of money, and they would give me anywhere from 5 to 10 free seeds each time I ordered.
Yep.
And I wasn't
Nice.
outgrowing that pace. So I was only growing, 4 plants per round and like 4 rounds a year or something like that. So I never got to those seeds, which ended up biting me in the ass because, like I said, I had a disorganized situation. Some seeds got confiscated, and fortunately, the pile that did get confiscated was the more desirable ones or the more rare ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a few of the old packs I tried to pop too. They've been probably 7, 8 years old, and I've had duds. So
Yeah, I had when I popped it, I think it was either 7 or 8 years old pack of regular Nebula from Paradise Seeds, and there was a 5-pack. 3 of them cracked to where something came out of the shell. 2 of them didn't. I planted the 3, but none of the 3 popped out of the ground.
I've had that. I had it happen just recently.
Yeah.
It fucking pisses me off, man. You get the little guy that stands there forever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at the roots, because I take the puck and I turn it upside down and I split it and I put the seed in there so I can open it up and see how the roots are doing. And what causes that, right? It's happened a couple times here recently.
I don't know. As I got, when I had a nice surgery in 2000 and I think it was 2014. And previous to that, I feel like I could handle seeds and I had a better seed germination, but I was going from the old school paper towel and a bag and then transferring into soil that I would be very careful of moistening to whatever water amount I wanted, putting that seed in there and not having to water it again until the seed came up out of the ground.
Right.
Most of the time that worked out great, but now that I really can't handle seeds gently enough and see what I'm doing, I literally had the best success with just wetting the medium and putting the seed right on the top of the medium and letting it go down.
The seeds that I'm doing, like I pop like 3 or 4 at a time, and then one of them doesn't. It shows up, but then the roots don't develop, and I'm just like, what the fuck causes that? It's happening.
Sometimes I thought it was like a big chunk of perlite that got in the way or something. But you're germinating in perlite sometimes, are you? Right?
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
I use root.
right?
Yeah, thank you. But I turn upside down and I slice them. They're very good at opening up, and then you put the seed in there very gently and close it, and then I put it in the dome again until they pop. And I take them out of the dome and let them get fresh air. And most of the time it works, no problem. But here lately, a couple of seeds. It must be genetics because
are you talking about your own in-house seeds, by the way?
No, these are actually some seeds from their older seeds, actually. So
okay, so older seeds.
Yeah.
Older seeds. I have the same theory of it would include older seeds and the frequency of new breeders passing around seeds and seeds not being maybe in the most technical environment. Maybe like we're just talking like bedroom tent type seed production. And I always had a theory where why in my case, or maybe in your case, or other people share the same situation, that we have to sanitize more seeds at a faster rate than we used to. For whatever the case, when seeds mainly were coming from like big production places overseas in Holland or whatever. I think they had a tighter control on their environment and the hands that were handling those seeds and the precautions that they would take, probably gloves and proper storage vials, and like we're saying, stored in the right atmosphere and temperature the whole entire time. And now that, hobby slash new slash, like seed entrepreneurs are doing it, they're not maybe doing the exact same technical precautions. So if you don't sanitize, or maybe in old case seeds, sanitize, because they might have a collection, in 10 years, they might have collected in micro amounts, but still accumulated a whole bunch of pathogens, right? So you'd want to sanitize and maybe reinvigorize with hormones.
Makes sense. In other words, there's a multitude of things that could basically cause it.
Yeah.
Depending on
because the seeds I had the hardest time germinating were the newest seeds I've ever had. Whereas, like I said, in the attitude seed days, I was getting seeds that were, bred by those large producers, stored in their, proper storage containers, and then sold wholesale to Attitude, who's putting them in almost the same or similar storage containers, and they're even maybe a few months to a couple of years old by the time I'm getting them, but they were stored properly. So, and collected and maintained and put into their packaging properly too. That it's obviously now, because with everything that happened in the last year, we're paying way more attention to how clean things are that we touch. But seeds that were made in the past few years, no one took into consideration what was on their fingers, what was on the container that they're storing it in, and
there's so many variables.
Yeah.
I think that may have come into somewhat into play, but when I talked to Kevin Jodry about this, he said in the case of the older seeds, trying to germinate older seeds, he felt that, when a seed packs everything that it needs to germinate, the nutrients, the hormones, everything should be in that seed. And he said within long-term storage, he felt that in time that stuff just kind of broke down and was less and less available to that newly sprouting seedling. And that's what he kind of suggested in what you were saying, is kind of smoke to soak it in some type of hormones to get it a better shot. That's what he was kind of saying about some of the how the ones, the throwbacks ones we don't like, the runts, I guess is the best term for it. I was looking for a good term, but the runt was basically that seedling that just was concepted and didn't have enough of what it needed, to be as fire as the rest of them. And so I think that could be, but when we're talking about newer seeds, Redpill, let's say something else happens to mom. Maybe in that case, she was seeded at some point in insemination, she got sick and changed the process and didn't put out enough to them seeds of what they needed. They were conceived, but necessarily didn't fully develop it, the way they should, because she got sick due to maybe some type of stress, or maybe I've even heard as organic seeds being more hardy because of that same thing. They were just a healthier plant that produced a more robust seeds. I don't know. Could be.
Well, in production wise, that's the thing. Like sometimes people want to kind of have some prior intel of like how the seeds were actually, what kind of medium or environment or light that the seeds were made under. And they have some, to take away from that, they might want to do the same, replicate that, because they're, even if the grower did have that in mind, say that they had all that dialed in, that's how like whatever organized a grower was, and of course you think even for when they're doing seed production, that if they're making their own medicine the best quality they could, or making their production the best quality they could, they're going to do the same to grow this, seeds in the same environment. But I don't know right offhand, because all that information is probably more held to, not as open people as we are right now, and breeders that, don't 100% disclose or put out there online every single step that they're doing. Now it is more popular probably because of the social media thing, but 10, 20 years ago, where them people were doing it, I would think wasn't such a thing that they were sharing. So that would be cool to know if something was made, like fed different, nutrients, entirely synthetic grow, maybe like someone in a RDWC for some reason that's also doing seed production. But I feel that so many other people have side projects going on where they're making seeds, to where if they're growing their medicine or production in RDWC, they might still, dial it back a few steps and maybe just do either cocoa and some, 2-part, or maybe even just get regular old, maybe like potting soil and just let it rip there. So I would like to know that too, if someone did that, if they didn't take into consideration treating it like the other two situations, that amount of attention and detail, if that does kind of make the seeds diminish. And just because people are really talented growers, they didn't take that into consideration. So maybe it fucks them over, because there's make like what you said about having seeds that are basically deficient, not being grown in an adequate environment.
I actually read in a botany book, one of the best seed soaks that you could do would be in a coconut water, because that's basically everything a seed needs as well, is everything in that coconut water. So give them a soak in that until they crack, scuff them up, put them in the coconut water, and see if they
And
crack that way.
I also was thinking about the botany book, and they said even the best method to, this is like if all things are a go and you can actually be able to do this, but the very best thing is having all the parental lines to every seed stock that you make, and then just making new batches of seeds every couple of years, 2 years or so. Don't have old seed stock. The best way is to, if you can keep those parents around, just continue making new batches of seeds.
That's why breeding takes so damn much room, because if you start, it takes a lot of room, time, and attention.
Well, now we're lucky because people are throwing 10s and 20s and hundreds of $1 million at it, and they can have all those plants, stored in just like a fucking 1-inch test tube, ready to go at a minute's notice, and they can have in something like a regular commercial refrigerator size. They literally have like 2,000 or more different genetics being able to store.
What do they call that again?
Every tissue, cell, or in vitro, or micro propagation, or all those. I don't know the technical term for it.
Tissues, basically plant tissue that you're storing. That's interesting. Guys, I got to go to bed.
Tissue culture.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you, Bingus. I got to get out of here as well, guys.
You still drinking over there? You ready to hit it, huh?
I'm still hitting it, but it's time for me to just finish what's in my can and time to go to bed. I wasn't drinking no hard alcohol or anything like that. I was just having some beers.
Good to see you, brother. I'm going to bed, guys. Red Pill, always great to see you, man.
Yep.
GP, congratulations.
Awesome.
Smiley, that's a nice looking joint. And Eagle, my brother, keep up the good work. Chat room, God bless you all, and keep doing what makes you happy, right?
Always good to see you, Bingus.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be contacting you soon, Bingus. Have a good night.
Good night, Bingus.
Yeah, guys, I'm out of here too. I just want to say it's good seeing everybody tonight. I'm going to try to come around more often. I've just been super busy and transitioning to the new job. I've had a rough schedule, but regardless, it's been really good to see you guys the last few days. And thanks for always having me. Eagle, always a pleasure. Smiley, Red,
Yep.
Cheecha, I'm really excited for you, Cheecha. You need to pop some beans.
I gotta say,
I was gonna say the only regret I have is I should have popped 2 instead of 1. I'm like, I'm gonna put her in this big box, and it's gonna be like, well, you got no buddies.
Right? But
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing you grow. And if
Thanks.
you need anything or anything I can help out with, please let me know. I'd be happy to be a resource.
Thank you.
But everybody have a good night and cheers.
yep, cheers.
Have a good night.
Cheers. Have a good one.
You know, it's really gonna suck, Cheecha, if that's a boy when you get it going all that way.
Nope. No, because every time I open
Was
that
it
door, I'm like, hey
offensive?
girl, what up? And she's like, hey. No.
It does look like it's doing good though.
It does. It's
Check
kind
its
of like,
elbows. Check its elbows, Cheech.
all right. All right, now check. Hold out your arms.
That's funny. That was the tip of the night though. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That cat was funny.
He could do comedy, man. He could have done stand-up comedy.
I was thinking
He
that.
probably does. I don't know.
Definitely. Yeah, I've told you before, man. That clubhouse is pretty cool, man. I was on there today. It's odd to get invited up to speak on them things. I'm still very quiet. I don't have the rhythm for that live speaking. To be honest with you.
Yeah, you never
I like
do
to
it.
sit back and listen.
Never do it. So
You think
should.
it's only going to be a Apple thing, or is it you're going to expand that, or is Samsung going to compete and make a treehouse or something like that?
Yeah, no shit.
I hope they do expand on it because it is a good platform. But for some reason, because it's Apple, I doubt it. I really
You know, it's
doubt
funny that you say that. I was cleaning a house, and they have Alexas, and I'm like, Alexa, find fucking Talking Shit with the Eagle podcast. And she's like, I can't find fucking beep. She said it's just funny.
Say it. You can't find it because you can't say it, bitch. No.
There's no beep. No, that's funny. Anyways.
I put a note on that. Future Cannabis Project replayed it or whatever, and I was like, well, thanks for replaying this for all our non-iPhone users.
No, that was live. I'm glad. I was actually glad. Now I was like, man, I was kind of fucking pissy. I didn't think about it, to be honest with you. It's a great idea. But I was there listening earlier was it today? Was it today or yesterday? Yesterday.
Yeah.
Fucking
Saturday.
I was gonna fucking show you, but I was like, man, I don't want to rub it in because I've already told him to download that Clubhouse. But I was gonna screenshot that shit and send you that they were having, a living soil room going on, and it had like a ton of people that I know that you'd like to listen to. And I was like, see, he could be in on this. He would be loving this shit right now.
I'm gonna get
it is, man.
I'm gonna try to dig one up. 2 of the girls got them, so I'll get their old phone or something like that.
That's what I do. I hate iPhones. I fucking hate them. This is my one and only iPhone right here. This is an old one that I kept just because it had messages with sub on it, to be honest with you. And then it's 420. Cheers, 420. Everybody. And then this Clubhouse thing came on, and I tried to download it on my fucking Samsungs, and it was come to find out it was just a fucking iPhone thing, and I was like, fuck. Then I was like, I got an 8. And I fucking got it out, and I got on the iPhone store. I'm like, yeah. So even if I wanted to take mine with me, I'd have to figure it out, way to tether it to my phone or something, so it had Wi-Fi, so I could fucking listen to it. But that's just the key, man. You can play it anywhere where you got Wi-Fi. You got Wi-Fi at the grow, man. You could be fucking listening into it the whole time you're over there.
I don't.
But,
The Twitter.
I dig it.
But no, I
That's
dig
how
it.
I
That's
own.
a cool deal. The ones I've seen are really cool.
I wouldn't go get an iPhone just for that app though. I think that's what they're hoping for though. I think that's the why they won't put it on Android because I think they're trying to sell more iPhones with that app. They're like, yeah, get in this.
Well, where do they find all these people? Because I mean, there's a lot of intellectual people on there, like in colleges or in you know what I mean, in that world or whatever. So it's interesting because they're not like the ones I've heard. They're not like some of the people coming up on the panel are like, yeah, I'm not in the cannabis world, but like I work at this university and do this such and such a science in it, and yeah, it's pretty interesting shit.
That is cool.
Well, if they found that room, they're following somebody that has ties. Because when you sign up for the app, you can put up all your likes and shit. You know what I mean, and things you may be interested in, and occasionally it'll pop up rooms with that kind of shit that you're interested in. Like say, like I put it like psychedelic. So man, I get every so often rooms that are talking about mushrooms and shit like that pop up, or music, or whatever I've screened it for. And even at that, you can look for rooms at any time. You think of a subject, you can see if there's a room pertaining to that subject.
People were saying they needed an invite to it, though. Is there a step to that or something?
Yeah. Actually, you download that thing and they put you on a fucking waiting list. And you either wait to get accepted in, or somebody's got to toss you an invite and give you a pull up. So yeah, I think that's part of it too. That mystique they're trying to create a mystique around that app. I think, but it is what it is, man. There's a lot of shit being dropped in there.
Yeah. So, well, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Yeah, fucking
cheers.
Skywalker.
I am smoking blue monster or blue monkey. It smells like blueberries punched you in the face. It's the best way to explain it. So, hell yeah.
I am smoking the Menanja Delight by Canna Queen. Still burning that down. I've yet to shit myself or anybody else that smoked it.
That's funny.
I was hoping for, in the beginning I was leery of it, but since I've been smoking it, I've been kind of at least hoping for at least a out of control fart or something.
Sometimes you need enough force to push that boulder out of the river. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny you say that, Redpill, because I've talked about on the show. There for the longest time, the morning routine was fucking get up, make a pot of coffee,
hot,
get that cup of coffee, because coffee loosens things up. Roll one up, and just hit that fucking toilet and smoke that first one right on the shitter. And fucking, I'm right there with you. You've never fucking blasted one out until you fucking coughed out a biscuit and shit. It's almost painful. At one point, I swear, I think I fucking shot out and fucking turned sideways on a fucking cough. Just, oh Jesus!
Comes out
ain't right.
It has right angles.
Oh shit! I prefer to.
I had a buddy of mine that would get drunk and swear. I never called his bluff on it, but he swore he could form fucking letters by fucking corresponding fucking squeezes of the butt cheeks.
Maybe a couple of numbers like the, like 8 or 9 sometimes, but that's about it.
Shitting out sevens and S's and shit.
Hey, he's sending me a message. Oh.
What's up with these sixes, dude? Come on, man.
Man, last 3 shits, I've all been 6. 6, 6, 6. What is
What are these fucking angel numbers coming up in my toilet? I think that's fucking funny.
That's funny. Oh shit.
Shit. I agree.
That was funny.
Oh man. I'm so happy it's the weekend, guys. Really am.
Yeah. Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
You got big plans or something?
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm
a stranger.
chilling.
Chill.
Think about a stranger later on. Just mix it up. Maybe sleep on that left hand and wake up and go at it out.
Sending smoke signals, fart signals.
COVID test known as nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good excuse, man. If you ever rip one in the store and people are like, "Ugh, it stinks," you'd be like, "Be thankful about that," because if you didn't, that would be a bad thing.
Yeah, that is very true.
They passed their COVID test. That's all.
Or you can be like, whoever smelt it dealt it. Just walk away. That's what I do.
You ate it, man. You ate it.
Oh my goodness.
It
is. That's awesome.
That's some old shit. That's gonna remember that shit too.
Oh my gosh.
The stupid shit we did before we had cell phones. Those will be the stories we'll get to tell later, like in the retirement home. Man, I remember. Kids are gonna, oh, Grandpa, at this story.
I know. I think about that every once in a while. I'm like, damn, when I my grandkids, I'm gonna be like, yeah, so for cell phones before color ID.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, it's pretty wild. Like I remember growing up and there was all, you know what I mean? Like we had TVs and shit, and my grandpa was, you know what I mean? Like all that was new. And now it's like every generation is still the same because there's like new technology. Like we had new technology that our parents weren't used to either, or whatever.
Right.
My kids did.
Right.
They had cell phones and shit. And my parents were.
I know, it's crazy to me. Like
Yeah.
I didn't have my first cell phone until I got a job and bought my own cell phone. And it was a minute phone, so it wasn't even like a true cell phone thing. But yeah. Now I look at my daughter, I'm like, what the heck? You're like 6. I mean, it's not like connect anything. She just watches her videos, but I'm like, you're 6. You have it's all touch screen.
My girls were like 12 or 13, something like that. But fuck, all the kids had them in school. It's like, geez, oh Pete, man.
Right. I thought I was cool when I had like a CD Walkman and it can like fit in your pocket, kind of thing. Or yeah.
I'm right at the border of that. In the phase of middle school to high school, it transitioned to carrying a CD player to having an iPod.
Oh yeah, I
At
remember
that
that. Fucking was like, oh yeah, you're not cool if you don't have an iPod or an MP3 player.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Trying to think of the fucking
LimeWire, Napster, all those
Napster.
illegal.
I was
Yeah,
picturing
Napster. There's
I
Bear
was
Share.
I was post Napster, but I did have LimeWire. I was stuck on that for years.
Yeah, there was Bear Share too. You know.
Now it's all the TV stuff. Like you can watch movies and shit. That's
Mhm.
it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like we don't. Yeah. Like we subscribe to Comcast, but that's for the internet. You know. It's
Right.
like, yeah. All the other shit, she just my girl just downloads them. She's got all this stuff.
Yeah, well, everything has an app, and within the app, you can, watch movies or play games or buy things or whatever. So it's just, yeah, like you said, you're just buying internet. Like landline. Who has a landline anymore? Who
We don't.
remembers their landline phone number?
And I
I
was just
remember mine, but
with that too. I remember a cordless phone and getting the first cordless phone. Instead
yeah,
of
that was a big thing. The first cell phone, my dad still has his. Like when it first came out, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna keep that dinosaur little cell
The-
phone thing.
The first
Like
wave of cell phones I remember is when everyone had those Nokias that you could get different faceplates for. That was one that, like, even my grandpa got a cell phone, at that point.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. That's crazy. It's crazy to think that we used to go around and not have phones. And now it's like you have to have it.
well, payphones, right? Wasn't there a million?
Yeah, payphones. Yeah, you have payphones. Yeah, for sure. If you find a payphone and it works, make a call. That's
Just
what I do.
cause.
Just cause you could.
My daughters were all wanting to take pictures by a payphone when they seen one on vacation. They're like, I never seen one. Oh my god! And they were like running up to it and showing their friends at school and shit. Look what we seen. That was the cool thing. It was a fucking payphone.
Yeah.
It does ruin. It does ruin one of the catchphrase comeback lines from the '80s, though. Is here's a fucking quarter. Call someone who cares, man.
Yeah.
That's it no more, man. And don't
Yeah, you can't.
Everybody be like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? That's stupid.
Wait, they're like, wait, quarter ounce?
Right? Yeah.
Right.
Ted's killing me. Fucking funny.
Yeah,
shit.
and I think it's like 10 cents for every 2 minutes after your first call.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
See, I grew up. My dad he drove truck out west, so yeah, he would always be hitting payphones at the truck stops and shit like that.
Right.
Now it's a whole different ball game, man. Like they could just fucking be cruising, and as long as they got their headsets,
right there in the cab.
Shit, they'd probably be live streaming it. They're like, yeah,
FaceTime.
you want to know what I'm doing it? When I'm doing
FaceTime. Hey, I'm gonna honk the horn for you, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not too long, that won't even be driving. The fucking thing will go by itself, right?
But there has to be a person there. There has to be, right? Like there has to be.
The one that I thought was kind of cool and maybe made sense was that like the lead one has a driver and then they'll have like two trucks behind it that are driven off from that lead truck. So it's like a convoy kind of thing.
Right.
Those seem to make some sense too. Because some of the trucks, man, you see them with the 2 and 3 trailers. It's like, fuck, man, that dude's doing all he can to hold on to that thing sometimes.
Yeah, or you see some of those semis that they're even double, and the back one is just like going bad. You're like, I'm just gonna either go way back or just pass you.
That's fast.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've been in some scary situations with semis. I had like a little bit of, not a phobia, but it made me nervous. I was driving a 91 Saturn, so that little tiny fucking plastic car. And I was going down 96, like towards like Ann Arbor area, and I was going down this one bend, and I was all the way to the left. And all of a sudden there's like a semi in front of me, a semi side of me, and a semi behind me, and then like to my immediate left it was just like a cliff because I was going around, like it was also a hill too. I was just holding on for dear life, like, oh my god. Yeah, so yeah, some ways are a little scary, but yeah. That was my crazy story.
Cool.
Yeah, after the bend though, I was like, get me out of here, please.
I had everything in my head pop into my favorite thing to see on the highway, which is a car hauler, and that's because when I was a kid, I had a really dope ass car hauler toy that all my other car toys fit on.
Yeah,
that's why I thought car haulers. And then you said Ann Arbor, and I thought of Bob's Big Boy.
Car haulers are the ones I'm always leery of. Even as a kid, remember following behind them and going, just watching the one bounce or something. You're like, that fucker ain't strapped down. That fucker ain't strapped down.
Like
Jesus,
it's
I gotta get out from behind this thing.
I always want to drive up one on the highway, like
Mhm.
or like if you're running from the police, and
Grand Theft Auto with that dirt bike and just whoosh, right up there.
when it's empty or whatever, you can just run right up that ramp. I don't know, man. It's getting late. I'm gonna jump out though.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna follow right behind you.
Yeah, long day. I'm tired, but good to see
My
you.
head is like, shit, retired.
My bad. Let's see you guys.
Peace out.
That's Smiley.
I always like to give him some shit. It just happens to work out like that. It ain't his fault.
Well, I mean, for you guys, yeah, I'm sure it's getting late. I mean, you know, been up all night. It's about almost 4:30-ish, or almost 5. So, yeah, but I'm gonna head on out, get some things done. Probably do a live after your shout outs and everything or whatever. Maybe. I don't know, maybe later on. But thanks for having me. And good morning. Yeah.
Yep. Congratulations on
I know. I'm gonna stop playing for a while. Maybe I'll do a giveaway. I don't know. I'm feeling like I need to get back because it's just like every time I jump into Eagles and there's a giveaway, I'm like, oh, just throw a number. And it's...
I tend to have luck too. So we're like, there was a time
someone else the juju
3 giveaways, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna let just 3 giveaways. I'm not gonna keep. I don't want to win a 4th one and have someone mad at me and think it's rigged. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta give someone else that juju. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, but yeah. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are. Have a good day.
It's great seeing you.
Yeah, it was good hanging out with you guys. And I'll see you later.
Peace.
Day, Cheech.
Okay. I think I'm out of here too because I have my uncle's homemade beef jerky that's calling my name.
I love beef jerky. Hell yeah. You have a good one, Redpill.
Yep.
Look forward to seeing you maybe tonight.
Yep. Thank you. Peace out, everyone in the chat, and thank you, Eagle, for having me again.
Anytime.
Peace.
Well, that does wrap up this episode of The Wormhole. 339. Holy cow, man. The numbers getting so high up there. I can't believe it. Gonna keep adding them. till they hit 1,000, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But it is an honor to check in with you guys night after night. This thing gets to be more and more special to me every day. Every day, this thing. I look forward to doing this. I look forward to talking with you guys. I look forward to seeing you guys in chat. It has become a family thing. In fact, when I was on Clubhouse today, one of the past guests, Jenny Dill, Miss Jenny Beth Dill, uh, was on there saying how what a great time she had on the show, and was giving the community big props. She said, you know, Eagle, not only did I have fun on your show, but as soon as I got off, your amazing community hit me up in my DMs, told me what a great time they had on the episode, gave me follows. And I said, yes, that is a very good example of what a fine community we have going on over there. And I am very proud of you guys, this community for sure. That's why I do the shout outs. Big reason why I do the shout outs. I got tons of respect for you guys. Tons and tons of respect for you guys. All right, let's find just added Ross Joe to the shout outs list. Welcome to the show, Ross Jeff. Hopefully you check out the show again. We do have a lot of fun here, for sure. We get some little bit of some YouTube going here. Obviously we're on YouTube. There's something we can listen to while I do my shout outs. I don't think I'm gonna get away with Merc though. I don't know how many of you are Merc fans, but I am certainly one. Okay. Let it go, right? Of course, top of the list, our friend Sub Cool. We miss you, brother. We are all we nerds. We nerds for life, at least me. These House of Dank, Mama Law 710, Scarecrow 420, Green Thumb Bum, Christina MG, M89, Unplugged 705, Medically, McCullough Rick T, the Rebel, the 9G207, Fabian Salinas, Dave is not here, Tom Spook, Greg Walker, Mendo Dope, T Dog, Dung Beetle, Red Eye, Jedi Grows, Mother Nature, Justin Conway, Duckweed, Run Boy 7426, Justin Goodert, Strongman, Okie Grower 75, Corey, Trevor, Michael Wallace, Mole Vision 420, Who's Your Cat Daddy, Taco, Don Slug, Rick S. in the Bushes 827, Rick Simmons, or I'm sorry, James Siemens, Kevin Hahn, World's Last Hope, Pats Fan 420, Bio Minter, Dirt Road, Dude, Kenneth Shiva, Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Rustler, Damn Goblin, Dr. Buzz Lightyear, Acetone, 710 Canuck, Ken Queen's Genetics, Savvy Tanase, Fumdor, Dirtman Dan, Keith the Black Sales, Mr. Bosilis, Zen Premium Gardens, Ross Bob, Ross Jeff, So Rude Small Tune, Tyler, Frosty Buds, North Michigan Micro, Ouija Buds, Dub T Roy, Big Jar Grows, JC, Modern Genetics, SoCal Weedner, John, Last PPJ 15, Green County Grower, CJ Apple, Perfectly Imperfected, Dollar Tree Grower, T1 Productions, Dan Grower, DOA Grow Meds, another gentleman we miss, Miss Nudie Grows, I Grew Some, Johnny Kennedy, Nutrient Shootout, Snotty Nicky, Zoe and Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's Observation Booth, Clover 420, Hype Spy, Aldridge 25, Madam T, Sue Moo, Mo Grower, The Cannon Crate, Loki Grows, Cass, This Guy, Sid Burton 79, Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaws 31, Voodoo Ultras, Fresno Nerds, Cali Connections, Wolverine Grown, Big Jar Grows, Jimmy One for Life, Laid Back Farmer, D Block, MMP Nations Creations, Amber Lonic, Psychedelic Warlock, Artist LD, Sir Sticky Rob, Big Day 420, Brent Window, Big Ed 1961, Manawani G3, The Green Click, Jane K, Triple G, Mr. Sprinkly, Brittany, Entirely Teasley, Hope Farms, Lisa G, John, Be Too Crazy For You, BGWG420, Dr. Budswell, Purple Thumb OG, Anthro, since we Anthro Beast Just a Face 420, Beast Coast Road 420, Sir Hall, Trey Valone, Keep It Real, Hagerton 420, Subs Up and On It Everywhere, BT Double D Grows. Mr. Bingus gave away some things tonight. Thank you, Bingus. Green Muff Puffin Man, Alex Boy, Chef Life, Cool Crop, Cause I Love It, Green Mountain Grower, Southwest Okie, Reels 100, 212, Man, Andy Man, Miranda Family Farms, Page Farms, Me All Flower, Ryan Henderson, Green 13, Noob Sailbot Wins, Kingdom Michael Pond, Alexandra, Michigan Native, Mary Jane's Ben Gardens, Dreamer 77 Double D, Bad Bunny Nutrients, Mr. Green Pots, Mr. Green Nugs from 619 664, Spaniard Kruger, Jones to the Grow, Papa G Grows, Raz Amy Drove Grows, Cass the Grow from Your Heart Podcast, Lily Luna, the Green Med Flock, Jeremiah Moran, and Sony Creek, Lost Art, Mr. No One, LG 420, Giant Mike, Prometheus, Soil, Jason Ice, so Pete, Win, David Colby, Mason 662, Scroggy McScroggin in the fourth, the Goddess Grows, Kaylee, Chad Brad, Family Farms, Paulie P. Viorg, Kevin Jodry, Mike Honcho, Jay Huggins, UDA, Green Tree Hunter, Kush Cloud, Joshua Steensland. Thank you for amazing our episode. Organic Home Buds, Warren Nelson, Cam Wood, Maine Mystic, Show Love Always, Kelly Stone, Texas OG, Chuck Norris, Sarge S, Claire Fresno, Happy Guy. What the fuck am I to do? Dan the Indoor Man, Gromies Homies, Clam, Hamilton Smokes, Clip Smokes, Keystone Canada Flag, Big High 710, Eugene Greenleaf, Ace Drew Hustle, Fred Darren Carlos, North Arizona, Beer Grow 420, No Salad, Jesse White, Costain Yeti, Introvert Genetics, Soso J, Vixen Robin, Killer 8 Mo, James Buttercream, C-Dub from NorCal, the Pharmacy Seed Bank, Deadhead, Smokey 616, Curtis Mayhem, Matt Myron, Morte, Rick Heyman, Stephanie Dore, Antenna Seeds Fab, Curious K, Mike Rubles, the Drew Bear 420, Maxi 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Stone's Too Slow to Get Up, Stu Mood, Popco 719, Bake with Shake, baby, Old Smoke, PWC Grown Buds, Laura Wash, Mr. Weed Blunt, Old Smoke, Old School Grower, Chad Westport, Honcho Grown, Flora Nugs, My Little Piece of Heaven, Pungent Sound Seeds, Goliath Grower, Richard T, Chrissy Wannabe, Mr. Soul Food Spectrum, Gone God, Lori Hanson, Real 2,000 Years of Tradition, Mr. D. Conley, Pimp McBony Face, Show Me Sasquatch, Fuck Google and you, I'm Going Well, Canadian Restore Porter Farm, Call Wright, Zeffner, Humble Farms, Stranded Tannery Farms, there we go. Seldom Seen Old Park Gardens, Hell 9782, Snowy Pass, Martial Artist 2012, Microslave, Hefner, Daniel McDizzle, Medically Fit, KGB, Robert, Mr. Green Fingers, Motherfucker Thomas, Rancho Coast Plenty, Michael Monkey Balls, Andrew Champlin, Bobby Lynn Meats, Trent Digger, Mr. Mac, Tony Like Blown, and Bill S. Weed Piece, Tater Delicious, Minty, Minty, Country Roots, Hair on Fire, Genetics, Earth Creeper, Big Ray 420, Teeny 101, Buds and Hazards, Mr. Club 14, Bearded B-Man 616, Gnarl Up, Max Screwman, Ruby. Who else we got here? Timothy McKimmons, Neo, Justin Beats, Chronic 88, Fat Belly, Rio, Jennifer Steele, Kinnabis 03, Turn Farmer, Shannon Stevens, Carlitos, Latina, Gator Country, Mr. Speed, Will Steve, Fire Soul, Wooly Wookie, The Goddess Grows Again, Ross and Bob, White Feather Grows, Burning Shrooms, Tone Grows, Inc., The Caveman Grows, BX Gunner 81, Smith Dudes, Nudes Grows, Sean McCann, Jay Monks, Dank Agenda, Wawa, Canada Grove, Fall Dog, Huron, Canada's Council, Alyssa Parrish, Rock Fam, Justice Mink, 420, Ben Fresco, Thriving Herbs, High Boy, Your Mailman Grows, We Be Growing, Australian Grow, Love for the Plant, Argo American, Smop Hokin, Unfrozen Caveman, Hawaii's Highest, Surf Crab, Micro Goon, Jeff Lowenfels, Mobius, Dank Brownies, Dan D, Elliot Harkins, Mystic Flavor, Foraging Gardener, Overwater, Overkill, Seattle Steve, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green 514, Amelia Jensen, Oz Indica, Dr. MJ, Coco, Brandon Russ, Matthew Gates, Steve's Bags, Gerald Sar, Yakdun, Willie, Dink, Yoda, Jay Simmons, Sure Bro, Grows, Clackamas, Coo, DJ Conley, Aaron, the Grower, Light 1978, Michigan Grown Buds, Your Boy, Roy Boy, Delta 9, Jay McDaniels, Clackamas, Coo. I got you. Clackamas 420 is what that was supposed to be. Stinky Cola, Dylan Steyer, PFC Farms, Husky Garden, Sun Grown 707, J8, Dro, J420, Cascadian Grows, Tito's McGee, 4 Pints, A, Weedworks, Captain Scrog, Skunk Bud, Hans Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Lee Live, Magasser Tempe, Annie N.D. Urge, Green Jr., Leon from All Purpose Plus, Green Goose, 11 Smiles, 11, Bindu Buds, My Rasta Grove, 311 Mix-Ups, Kinder Grows, 11, Evergreen, G's Friends, Tree, MMJ, Matt, S.A. Buck, Dragonfly B, Justin Meds, Travis Waltz, Lucky Mike, Seattle Chronic Seeds, King Chronic, Titan, Blasco Seeds, Shango, Gas, Babasso for Life, John Smith, Tommy Treco, Boca King Raz, Pop Little, Slow Roll, Spiky Pot, Oscar Green Jr., Matt Steelbird, Indo 11, Stephanie B, Shark Pulley 989, Bob Brown, Simon Garden, Stoner Nation 420, Joe Y Bugs 1313, Grower, Painted Lady, Frank Blue, Jay Myers, Tune in to chat, Mr. Manny D, Bag C, Dr. DGC's Jeff, Shredder 911, Dutch Gross 420, Scallywag 420, Skill Bull 1, Bed Grower 1, Empire Breeding Co. from Broly, Lost Leaf, DM Mass, Danny Danko, Dave B, Bear 7, Allie Noble, CK, Tom Trinidad, Looney Justice, Smoke with Small Town, Tim Mess, Mr. Lazy, Raptor Grows, Rob, Automation is Freedom, Robert Hazelton, Jordan, Michigan Court, Double Tap, Mr. Green Thumb 420, 808, Rooting Prospects, Candy Bus Driver, Hating Life, Kenny 710, Operation Grow, T Ben, Rude Nuts 619, Miss Scrambled Emails, thank you both, Dr. Scrambles, BB Moonrocks, GHF, Double J, Bio Green, Self Grower, Hanky Sinky, 420, OGKP, Ganja Nana, Your Mama, Georgia Joe, Roy Rodriguez, Beat Growing Head, Nature's Best Nugs, Killer Bee Grows, Ganja Wizard, Husky Gardens, Nut Tree 420, Dr. Ooh, Soil Life 420, Bully for Life, the Jeff Roll 420, Beaver 698, Dr. Franklin B, Goddamn, I Big Ted's Test, Wobby, Sean Bids, Rescue Ready Roadside, and Notorious Nug, Magma Seeds, Father and Son, Trimming Tutorials, Dub T Dank, Jose Ramirez, Doggo the Hut 420, Buck Chivo Man GR 420, Community Videos, GMO, What is Up? Detroit River Rat, Luis Garcia, Michael P, AJ Everyday, Captain Audit, Cheddar Bob 13, Main Grower 420, Cookies Coop, Jay Hendricks, In for the Grill, Backwoods All Good, Tally Mansell, Adam Shankin, Adam Skankin is what that is. Chanel, Simpsons, One Smoke Away, Guns Roads, Kazoo, Aaron Vernon Shrooms, Mr. Lincoln Stinking, Angel Studio MG, the 420 Grow 10, Paul Diella, John Fleming, Dankovich, Chemo M Sky, Fibro, Flower, Paul P, Seldom Seen, Elevated, Lenny, Organic, Sunman, Chiba Sony, Chiba Sunny, Jeff Papalik, Ricardo Sosa, Dan J, Earth Friendly Farming, Candy, Forest Farmer, fuck all that, B, the Misfit Grower, Jason Lyon 512, Snake Eyes, Northern 446, Jason Grayso, Baker MD, Sony Baker MD, Sony Creek, Russ Chronic, French Dweller, Tarzan Superman, Old Man Hermit Ash, Freebird, Mo Grower, Matty Gar, Simple Man, Survival Time, Tim Blake, Gulf Coast Chronic, Stink Fat, Caballero, Harbor, Harley Grower, Jen Gott, Steve Collins, Todd Kendricks, Property Maintenance, Sharpie, Lost Island Haze, or the Island Haze, all right, Scuba Steve Speaks, JR Rain, Randy K, TCDR, much respect to you, Claire, Killian, Wardrobe Farming, Randy Grande, Piff 1000, AS Boom, 3223, Wake Up, Captain Freedom B, Puffer Smiles, 15 digits, Ganja, Michigan, Ganja Mook, Hash, Fred G, we've got Super Bob, Groski 808, Weekend at Birdies, K-Bag, Justin Station, Strong Style, Organics, Libby, I don't know why I gotta make that Z more pronounced. It's Zippy, I'm Medic 31, RC, K-Hell, Me All Flower, Brett Boog, Todd Kendricks, Newton, KNT, Chris D, True Seer, Both Times Foe, Natty Dread, Barbara Walters, Barbara Matthews, that's funny, Barbara Walters. I wonder how many times I've said it like that. Ancient Soul Grown. If I have, I'm sorry, Barbara Matthews. Ancient Soul Grown. Kevin Jiu-Jitsu. Canada Health and Happiness. Berserk 215. Collab. Low Cut. Everett Tremblay. Mo. Manic. Med. Rez. Banshee. Helen. Huge Anus. James T. Atomic Spoon. Miss Jill. Big Daddy. LT Gardens. High Flyer 420, a lobster brush, roll, Mother Tree Main, Redpill, Your Boy Roy Boy, Ecstatic, Shannon Gibbons, Ruhan, Rick W, Comfortably Numb, The 840 Show, Rick Lamb again, Buchanan, Pursuit, K Rolling, Worthy, Buzz, Logan, Man 81, Oil and Flower Podcast, The Entourage Effect, Warren Dixon, Pink Lady Luck, El Mondo 420, Surrounded by Keith, Ferrari Farms, Fridge Dweller again, Single Fathers, Happiness Without Guilt. What else we got here? The list is getting smaller. Richard Forbes, David Patella, P4P4, Nick T, John Reese. What about Bob, Prince Patty, Daniel Bergman, Green Puffer Man, B Bundle, James Chung, Surge Cloud or Sarge Glows 818, John Wayne, Cooling Roots, Sister Golden Hair, Dina El Dankarino, K&F Gardens Blank 1030, Chosen One, Only Fans, Farmer Jones, Crypto Dope, HIP Grow, Hip Grow, Matt Levine, Dan Marino, Chronic Wonders, Sunrise Grow, Top Floor Genetics, Mole Vision 420, Can 2 Cannabis, Jess Fisher, My Dog Nelia, Rooster Groves, Alex Hardy Gear, Many Cropper, Daniel Gross Daniel Gross Photo, sorry Daniel, Mitten Grown Med, Sunrise Grow, Lexi, Courtney, and Brittany, my baby girls. I love you guys. I love you guys. No Limit 916, Grumpy Toad, Alchemist, the Alchemister, Cannon Minx, can't forget the Cannon Minx. He was here last night. Funny dude right there. Soil Born Addiction, and Rasta Joe, and last but not least, Rita's 207. Thank you guys for hanging out to this crazy, way late Friday, 5 o'clock in the morning. You guys are awesome. Please join me tonight where my guest will be Green Hearts Grow. Check him out on Instagram. This will be a good one. Says he's got some stuff for you guys. Don't miss out. You guys know the routine. This is the end of your day, the end of your journey. Get some rest. This is the beginning of your journey. Go on, please make this an amazing Saturday, a prosperous Saturday. More important, do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. So easy. Can I get that door? You look pretty. Now, did you get a haircut? I enjoy that shirt. You need a fiver, dude? You want to smoke this joint? Need some mud? All kinds of things count. All of them are a little pick-me-up that we all need from time to time. Sometimes they're a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. They do make the world go round. Have an amazing day. Look forward to seeing you guys tonight, 11:30. Green Hearts Grow.